Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
Wait.
Maybe I'll just stick to playing Isaac. Oh, I could bring Ivan in.
No, you can. Then you're creating a multiverse.
Alright, we're live, so now you can say you're stupid.
I'm making Jazz's eventual interstitial more interesting by making this part of the multiverse.
What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, I was dead for a while, and then
Hey,
this really
cut
big
it out.
dude showed up, and he said he wanted to judge me. I don't even really get what that was about. I mean, I've been judged, haven't I? I've been dead for years at this point.
Mods.
Alright, can you post in chat so I can ban you?
What? You don't have mod powers? I have the power here.
I'm not powers in the stream chat.
Wow.
Wow. Also here, you just secretly don't know about it.
That's the wrong Nigel. Here's the right Nigel.
Everybody's on time.
No, not everybody's on time.
Fuck, my cough is so.
We're
fucking
still
bad.
missing one.
Yeah, we're missing Elden Ring.
Yeah, and I'm not in the roll 20, which means that I'm not here yet.
You guys know Elden Ring?
That's that new game that Hideo Kojima's making, right?
Yeah, George R.R. Martin's new video game.
No, I thought that was J.K. Rowling's new game.
No. You're thinking of Vocaloid.
You think of the Mario
Oh.
movie, yeah.
Mario. It's very Canadian of you.
Mario.
I can't believe I have
Can you
things on
even
my
s-
wish list now. There's games worth playing. It's ridiculous. What's going on?
Which games are you excited for besides Strive?
I have that.
Oh.
I've played it yesterday for 4 hours.
My goodness.
There's Melty Blood type Lumina coming up, but then the most hyped game of all is Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Oh yeah, Nick Smash.
I
I
really
don't know
want
if that's gonna do so well though, because they're announcing a new Ultimate character on the same day that game comes out, so it might just tank.
No, it won't, because here's the thing that Ultimate does not have, which Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl does have.
Okay. That's nice.
Competent netcode.
Ooh. It has good net. I didn't even see that. See, now I'm interested. It's coming out for PC, right?
Are you
Yeah.
actually interested?
Wait, it's actually coming out for PC. That's sick.
Yeah, it is. With competent netcode.
That's a joke. That's
Only in
real.
beta, and then when they fully release it, they'll have shit netcode. But that's how it
Oh yeah,
is.
that reminds me. I got into the Halo beta. I should play that this afternoon. Well, tonight when I have free time. Oh yeah, the other thing is I got a bunch of job offers. So I'm excited about that.
Well, look who the cat dragged in.
The game is launching this fall on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X or S, and Nintendo Switch, and will feature key features like rollback netcode on supported platforms. Along with a
On
PC
support.
port, the developers will say will be the lead version.
Ooh.
That was very unnecessarily snarky. That's what I think about that comment.
What comment?
On lead platform.
I'm just reading like copy for Nickelodeon Battle Party. They're not even paying me to say it. I just want to beat people in SpongeBob.
How much are they paying you, Paul? Come out with it.
They're not. This is the thing. I don't have any clout.
For now.
It's
That's the
true.
guy with all the clout.
I have no clout.
I think he's gonna have to retroactively pay us once this becomes popular.
Yeah. He's just pretending not to have clout because he doesn't want to pay us.
I don't have clout, and even if I did, I wouldn't pay you guys, and I definitely wouldn't tell you about any sponsored deals. I wouldn't even put it in the description of the videos. They're not my videos. What are you gonna do? Sue me? Good luck.
Toxic.
Yeah, that's right. Let's get toxic with it. Let's go.
I'm gonna make a cheeseburger.
I'm gonna write some Games Workshop contracts for you guys. That's how toxic I'm gonna get
Oh
with it.
gosh.
Seems like a
Well,
lot.
I like
don't
the shit
really
talk
wanna do
things
that.
after.
All right.
They seem like good people to work with. Let's sign that contract.
Yeah, don't bother reading the fine print. You know how these things are. They just don't want you to talk about stuff before it's released. For those of you unaware, by the way, Games Workshop has a contract clause where you're not allowed to say anything bad about them for multiple years after this thing releases. If you say something bad about them, they can sue you. But anyways, we're all here, so... Also, I'm not under contract from Games Workshop, so I cannot be destroyed by this. I'll be starting the recap in 5, 4, 3, 2... Everyone, welcome back to Bustan. After investigation on the giant hand that has popped up in Slaypool, the group found that someone was attempting to create a teleportation circle on top of the hand, taking Kelsevir's spirited sister Ariane Adristar with them. They chose to investigate the original quarantined area. There, they found the fruits of Onari's partnership with Capcree. By helping the Conclave and Capcree into the sprawl, they were able to quickly and effectively partition off an area that the plague had initially taken hold of, now known as the Swallowed City. After a momentary chat with an elite Harmony patrol officer named Ranger, they worked their way in, finding themselves in a horrific area that claimed to be belonging with Nula. Tortured imagery flashed through the area, a manifestation of deep shade pool in the midst of the material plane, and all hope seemed lost there. The Rising heard footsteps approaching and stood their ground. Two giants accosted them, and after a nearly perilous battle, the Rising stood victorious, having stood their ground only to find their victory Pyrrhic upon the realization that the giants were not truly slain and would return. Using some ingenuity and understanding of the composite elements of Shade Pool, they found their way back, where they had a conversation with the spirited Esriel Sam Haliste, who offered more information on the Conclave's motives, but insisted that she could not reveal anything more to the Rising, citing trust issues from Fate. There was a tense conversation, then a reluctant truce as they agreed that the Conclave keeping the Swallowed City out of Slaypool would be ideal. Isaac finished his research. The power behind the aspects is not any one particular divine source. The source of this power is some sort of composite of all of the deities of the Conclave. Elsewhere, we saw the Hand of Umbra finally fulfill Isaac's request, sacrificing his own life to free Xenos. As the Rising worked their way through the tangled web of conspiracies surrounding the Preacher, 3 questions linger on everyone's mind. Why did Ho do this? What exactly does Xenos know about all this? And what is happening with the Conclave? Hooray!
Hooray! Good morning,
Hooray.
everyone.
You did it?
Great job, good hustle out there. I don't know what else to say other than good job. You guys have made it out, you survived, and you've made this new research announcement. Unbeknownst to you, the Hand of Umbra is no more, and Xenos is more. But you don't know any of that. So what's next on your agenda?
Probably.
Oh, I
Yeah,
want to
probably
commission a
some
gun.
Sleep.
And I want to commission an amulet.
A gun and an amulet. What amulet and what gun?
I need a +2 gun and an amulet of non-detection. Or I guess it's an amulet of proof against detection and location is the actual name. Which makes you immune to divination spells. It's a pretty good
Wow.
amulet.
It's pretty good. You're absolutely right about this. That one you can just actually get if you go to Dick's, which is still up for the time being.
Hell yeah.
So
How
if
much
you
would it cost?
just want to purchase that, that's no problem. As for getting something like this gun commissioned, you're going to need to find an expert craftsperson to do that.
Okay. Can I like ask around and do stuff like that?
Yeah, if you'd like to, but that would be like an all-night type of thing.
Oh, that can
You'd be
happen
going
tomorrow.
without sleep. Okay.
We got more downtime, I think.
And where is everyone sleeping?
At home.
Butcher.
Stonewall.
Stonewall. It's always worth asking these times. How about you, Happy? Are you still sleeping in the Fae? What's going on?
Cal and Ari go to the estate and have a fight about how Ari is butting in.
All right.
Can we get a quick slice of this fight?
Yeah, I've torn this family apart. Go ahead and roleplay these two characters in a conversation with each other. If I had to do it like a bunch of times, you have to do it now too.
So let's see. Cal's basic, and then I was concerned about you, Cal. I've heard that you've spent so much of yourself, and now, even in the time that I've been here, you've sustained injuries. You've been taken possession of. There are these constructs that you're getting into that no one in the house in 50 years has ever had to encounter. It seems that you need backup. It seems that you need something more than yourself. Trust me, Ari. If you had been through what I've been through, you would know what it takes. And you would know that only someone such as myself, only someone empowered with the knowledge and the burdens that I've gone through, can truly take on these risks. You should really understand. Ooh, an amulet. You should really understand. The people that are working on this are a select bunch. People who have a different caliber than yourself. Are you insulting my stock? No, I think that your body type is quite appropriate for its purposes.
Ooh. Cal with the insults.
Yeah, this is like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Slaypool edition.
You couldn't see it, but I face bombed.
Yeah, this is absolutely going on World Star. Afterwards, the two of them like share conversations with the camera, complaining about the other. All right.
Yeah, they have like one servant, and they're both complaining to the same servant.
Yeah. Everyone else at the estate is just tired of like the two extra stars. All right.
Partially ruined estate.
Very nice. Night comes peacefully here. No one is attacked in their sleep. I just want to know where people are sleeping as a result of a lot of stuff having been changed in the past few days.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how big the fucking hand is now.
Yeah, the hand is not changing. One of the hands is changing, but we'll get to that when we get there.
But the hour hand?
You guys are woken up at 5:30 in the morning. To those of you in the Stonewall Barracks, that would be Happy and Wielder.
Huh?
There's a very loud knocking at the door.
Knocking or rapping.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Is it? How many floors are on the stone wall? At least 2, right?
Yes, there's no way that they're like either they're outside of your your dorm room where all the people sleep, or someone is doing something magical.
Oh, it's on the dorm room door.
Yeah, that's what's wild about it.
Okay.
It feels like it is, anyways. You don't know necessarily what's going on here.
Are they all sleeping in the same dorm, or are they sleeping in different dorms and all have the same thing?
They all have the same thing. I don't think they're in the same dorm, anyways.
No, I'm in the one with all my stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick up my hammer and go over to the door. Who is it?
You hear the same knocking that seems like it's coming outside of the door. If you look through a peephole, however, there's nobody there.
I cast Detect Magic.
There is definitely some magic going on, some transmutative magic on the outside of your door, and actually, as you look around, it's every door around.
Transmutative.
Doesn't
Can
sound
I
like the Nox spell.
Transmutative. I'll open the door.
Okay, when you open the door, you look outside, and suddenly the sound stops completely. Happy, are you opening the door? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll open the door too.
Okay,
From
as
my
soon
door.
as you leave, it's gone.
Oh.
You then hear a much quieter rapping on the outside.
On like the main door.
Yep. Not the individual room doors, but to the complex itself.
Yeah.
All right, this time I'll look to the people on the main front door. Do I see anything?
There you can see that there's a person wearing green half-plate armor who has this absolutely massive hammer on their back.
It sounds familiar. Do we recognize them?
Go ahead and get a history check for me, please.
Green armor. That
Green
sounds
armor.
with big
Adamantine?
hammer. That sounds familiar. Oh, nope.
Wow.
Natural one.
Fielder, well,
It's-
you don't know what this guy is. He's some guy. There's something about him is familiar, though.
Can I write that down? Isn't that the guy who was guarding one of the quarantine zones?
You might be thinking of Ranger, but no, it is not Ranger. He had
Okay.
black and green armor.
Okay.
And Ranger also had a bird with him.
Yeah, Ranger has a bird.
What
This
race
is a different
guy?
guy. You can also see this guy's face. This guy is very clearly half elven, but it's a very spicy type of half elf, and that he is half drow, half drowven, I
Whoa.
guess.
Oh,
No idea who that is then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Toyer.
well, it might be.
Plot twist is fair.
Should we open it?
That'd be scary.
Yeah, sure. I'll open the door. Whatever. What's he gonna do? Kill me?
The guy, as soon as you open the door, immediately reaches into a pocket and shoves out a bishop badge for the steel hinterland in your face. Troy Axwell, steel hinterland. I have a few questions to ask you.
Oh my
Hold
god,
on,
they
can you
did make it Axwell.
Well, I mean, this isn't really the best hour of the night to be asking questions, don't you
It's
think?
the morning. 5:30 is the morning. He crunches some coffee beans in his mouth. You want some?
Yeah,
No thanks.
sure.
He gives you some coffee beans.
I start crunching them.
Druids, rangers, nature stuff. That's the steel hinterland. I think I
Alright.
Want
already
to
know this
explain
is-
to me what the
know
hell's
this is
going on in
about.
Sears Forest?
Is it?
Sears Forest.
Happy can
are you
explain that
talk-
to you.
Are you talking about a gorilla by any chance?
All right, you're coming with me. You've basically admitted your guilt.
I mean, it's a gorilla. I mean, we saw it outside the forest. We brought it to the forest.
Do you honestly think that we would be unaware of a 20-foot gorilla?
Well, it's not about you being unaware. It's that the gorilla wasn't in a forest, so we brought it to a forest.
You think you're cute?
No, that's actually what happened. The gorilla wasn't in a
Are
forest,
you getting,
so we
are you
brought.
getting cute with me?
No, I don't think
Think
so.
nature's a joke?
No, that's why we brought the gorilla from the streets into the jungle, into the forest. I wanted to be in a forest.
I don't know
Respect-
any 20-foot tall gorillas, but they're definitely endangered.
Yeah, so we put them in the forest instead of the streets where, who knows, Harmony Patrol might kill it.
He like circles around and rubs his hands through his hair. And you're telling me you're a druid and know exactly what you're doing, huh?
Well, no.
No,
but the
no.
forest
So
is
you
clearly
admit you
better
don't
than
know what the
streets,
hell
doesn't
you're
mean, like-
doing, and you just took an endangered creature and brought it into an area outside of its natural habitat. Who gave you authorization to do this?
Hey, whoa. We didn't take it outside of its natural habitat, number one. Number two, it was in the city. we took it from the city and brought it to the forest because obviously the forest is preferable.
Make a
In the city,
persuasion
right?
check. This guy does not believe you.
That we
Yeah,
found
this is
it
a
in the
20-foot tall gorilla in the city, guys.
What a jerk.
Wasn't it
Tell him the
40
truth.
feet?
city. Oof. I'll tell you the truth. as
It's
close as I
taller.
can.
It's
I
actually
thought
taller
it was
than
40
20
feet.
It's
Mhm.
30. The guy is he's underselling the gorilla.
Well, I mean,
Listen.
I'll help you if you have a plan to put it somewhere. But
I don't have a plan. We're in quarantine.
right. But I mean, like, I don't want him stomping around the streets. Come on now, people are gonna attack him.
Well, I don't want this thing stomping around in Sears Forest either. We have a carefully constructed natural ecosystem.
But what's he doing in Sears Forest exactly?
He's an apex predator that doesn't belong there. He's an
He think-
invasive species.
He thinks everyone in Sears Forest is part of his troop. I think.
Ugh. Hold on. Which one of you is a druid? Let me talk to your druid.
None of us.
Well, you clearly are speaking with this animal. So, which one of you spoke with this animal?
We have a magic item that lets us speak to animals.
A fucking course. Jesus fuck. Ruler, help me. Oh, gods. He slams his head against the wall. They need to stop giving these things out to people who don't have training with animals.
I mean, we did what was right. I mean, we didn't leave him in the streets. Maybe we should have came to you guys first, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe you should have came to the Steel Hinterland about the nature stuff. Oh my. Holy shit.
I mean, it never came to mind, to be honest. But
Listen,
I mean, we can help. We can help rectify the situation. We could bring him maybe out of the fort. Would you have a plan?
no, we
Wait, what
don't
would you
have a
do?
plan. We're locked down. We can't get it out of here.
Yes. So why you don't want him on the streets then, right? So I don't understand what the big kerfuffle here is. You want him in a forest?
The big kerfuffle is who's feeding this thing?
It's in a forest, right? You can eat bananas and stuff.
He puts a hand on your shoulder like a little bit too hard.
But
Do you
then
know
it's
how
going.
much this thing is going to eat?
I mean, you could probably provide him rations from the Steel Hinterland store.
What?
Oh, we have some rations too. Well,
Okay, that's better. That's a better answer. Holy shit.
we both should probably pitch in rations, right?
No, you should pitch. We didn't do this.
Well, I thought you cared about this creature.
I
want
thought
it
you
to
did
just
too,
starve?
Happy.
Yeah,
I
so that's
mean-
why I said I'll pitch in and feed it.
Yeah, listen to the robot, Happy.
Hey,
No, what?
Well,
That's why I
hey,
said I'll pitch in
can't
and
use
feed
that
it.
word.
What? I thought
can't
that's
use
what the
that word.
constructs are called.
He's not a
I'm a
construct.
warforged.
What's the difference?
He's a person.
I can't deal with this. I can't deal, and I walk away.
Wait, what? Did I do something wrong? What's the difference?
It's a person. It just looks like a robot, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
That's my excuse to get out of dealing with this ape situation again.
Well, have you been monitoring it?
Yeah, we've been monitoring it. It ate basically an entire pack of wolves that tried to challenge it.
Why do the wolves try to challenge it? It's like 10 times its size.
I don't know.
What are the wolves doing, bro? Do they want to die?
They were defending their territory. I don't know. Look,
I feel like the gorilla's not in the wrong here.
you seem to be standing this gorilla.
You said that some wolves attacked it. It just
No.
defended itself.
It wandered its way into the wolves' territory, and the wolves stood their ground, and then it ate the entire pack of wolves.
Oh, okay. What do you prefer? Okay. Do you want to bring it to? Okay, before we. All right,
You did the right thing. That's why I'm so frustrated about this.
we
The
could bring it.
situation sucks.
We could bring it to what is it? The bronze gauntlet? Don't they have like cages? I don't know. It's a little inhumane, but we could bring them to a cage.
No, you did the right thing. Just
All right.
here, and he gives you like his badge, like not his badge, but like a business card type of thing.
Okay, that'd be sick. I'd wear his badge too. All right.
We're going to get in touch about the logistics of this at some point.
Okay.
And you are going to foot the bill out of your budget.
How to me? Why me though? You just said I did the right thing. What's wrong? I don't understand.
Because our budget is cut thin enough, and you guys are getting all this money, and we're not getting money like you are, okay?
All right, sure.
They don't
All right.
care about the trees. They don't care about nature. They just want to build. They want to expand. And then this giant gorilla pops up, and suddenly it's our fault.
No, it's not your fault.
I'm the one getting shit for this from the brass, all right?
You can just tell them Happy and the Rising found the gorilla on the streets and brought it to the forest.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, great. Because it's true. I swear, it's true. We found him on the streets.
He gives you a handshake here. All right, we're going to work something out. We're going to plan a way of feeding this thing. We're going to do the logistics. We'll handle all of this. This is just coming out of the Stonewall's budget.
Well, how much do you think that would cost, like a week, given how big he is and stuff?
Don't worry, we'll send the bill to Saga. He'll figure it out.
How do you guys not have a budget for this?
He looks down at the ground for a bit.
There's
been a lot of really bad stuff that happened in the Sears Forest.
Yeah, I remember the army. There was an army there.
When the Sea Royalty found out, they blamed us. They said we weren't doing a good enough job. Like, a bunch of deputy rangers and all of them could go in and figure out what's happening to cause an army. And not only that, the Coral Reef Protection Team has been worked overtime as of late. Apparently, something's going on with the water here.
Oh, what's going on with the water?
Same thing that's happening in the town. It came from the water first. Some sort of miasma is what they're calling it.
So there's a new quarantine zone in the water?
No. Nothing like that. It's just, it collects in the water, and then the fish get sick, and then the bigger fish eat the smaller fish.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. We've had a lot to deal with, and no one seems to care about nature these days.
Are we sure the quarantine surrounding us is good? Does it stretch all the way to the bottom of the water, like the ocean floor? Because
it sure as hell doesn't, but you know what? They're not going to... Do you think they're going to quarantine the entire ocean? Come on, get real. Listen.
Well, I mean, they might just escape. Then they might get the miasma and leave. Some of these fish.
You know what? They probably will. We're starting to see it as less of a disease and more of a poison, something that builds up in the body. We've been working on it, but our research keeps getting blocked by the mortar time and time again. Don't know fucking why.
Well, a couple things. Maybe we can get the mortar to work with you. One of my friends, they know Percy. Maybe we can get the mortar to work with you. And also, maybe we can investigate that water miasma pool area. We've been doing that in other areas with miasma. We've been wiping them out. So maybe we could do that in the water pool as well.
No, you guys have enough to deal with. I'm sorry. You seem like a reasonable person. I came in real mad because my boss was yelling at me because this gorilla got dumped on my lap.
No, it's perfectly fine. How much was your fare on the Drake network, by the way?
You guys don't get free fare?
I think maybe we do. I haven't been paying attention to that, to be honest.
You're supposed to get free fare if you're above a Lancer rank.
Oh, well, I know we had to pay when we brought the grill onto the Drake network.
Yeah, you definitely have to pay for something like that, am I right? He punches you on the shoulder. You know that you're all right. All right. I'm sorry. I was out of pocket. I was coming in real hot. I was mad.
It's okay. These things happen.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
take whatever from the budget for the feeding thing. I trust that you won't take advantage of that and report it wrong. But all right.
All right. Glad we had this discussion. I was worried you were going to be like those Silver Shield assholes.
Oh, do they often bring big animals and drop them into the forest?
They'll do some stuff and it causes damage, and then we ask them to pay, and they fucking give us an invoice for their time as a consultation fee, and then they don't pay us. We just stop bothering with them. It's good to see at least one of the houses isn't full of dick fucks.
Well, likewise, Mr. Axwell. And I'm going to shake hands with him. Again. All right, I think we already did shake hands, actually.
Yeah.
I'll just
He, by the way, he has like these strange-looking brass knuckles
as well.
on that he has to take off. By the way, these are the gloves of knocking.
Oh.
I'm sorry, they're really loud, aren't they?
I mean, you wanted to meet with us as soon as possible, so I guess it worked. You had good reason to use it.
Tell the Warforged.
His name's Wielder. I'll tell him
Okay.
that you're sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, we don't see a lot of stuff like that in Pujhuit, and we definitely don't see a lot of stuff like that in the forests.
For sure. It's a rare sight. I don't think I've ever seen one until I came to Slaypool myself as well.
All right, take care.
See ya.
He walks away, pockets the gloves of knocking, and wanders on his way out.
Yo, out of character, let's do the water miasma thing. That sounds fucking awesome. Also scary.
Where was he saying that was building up within Sears Forest?
What he's saying is that there was some sort of source under the water that they haven't found, but like the fish are getting shade miasma and it's starting to like bioaccumulate. They don't know where it's coming from. They just know it's like causing problems, and like their normal like coral reef protection group has just been working overtime on trying to find where this is coming from. They don't
I
know.
wonder if it's a giant hand that comes out of the water.
I mean, we could probably get like you could probably get potions of water breathing and investigate that. Actually,
I have a
You're
potion
gonna
of
trudge
water
across the
breathing.
bottom of the ocean looking.
I can do that.
It's explicitly a source, right? We just do what we've been normally doing. We go down there, investigate, try to close it if we can. Maybe
Well,
it's
you have to
another
find it. That's
animal.
the problem. And
What if it
an ocean's
tells
a
me
hell of a lot
you're-
harder to find stuff in.
Well,
the
I think
free
they've
ocean.
tracked it. I would hope the coral reef people have tracked down like the general vicinity of where it is, because that would be kind of wild if they didn't know.
So the quarantined areas normally like they just block the places off, and like people don't cannibalize each other, so that's not a big deal. But if it's under the water and there's just like a steady stream, keep in mind prior to this, like it's just been leaking out like a little bit. It hasn't been going sicko mode like before. So there's like this source of shade miasma that's being completely unchecked, and all the fish there become infected by it, and then those fish get eaten by bigger fish.
Yeah, this seems like a high priority task, honestly, because it can't be quarantined, which makes sense. So it's just gonna spread, and it could spread outside Slaypool, which is arguably worse.
And actually, on this note, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Oh shit, nature. All right, it's not too bad.
Well, we don't actually. I guess yeah. If you find the source, we do kind of know how to shut it down.
Depending on what the source is, it
Yeah.
could just be like a random rift or something. But actually, I don't know if it could be. But it was an animal last time, right?
That was a 7 on the nature check. You don't know the ramifications of this opening up, but it sounds bad.
Oh,
Troy definitely seems to not like it. He spoke about it like in this sort of way where he's like trying not to be concerned, but he's obviously concerned. You know
Like
what I
an
mean?
oil spill.
right.
An oil spill that causes more oil. Whenever something hits
Yeah,
it.
it causes more oil whenever something happens. But also, anything that touches it could bring it to like the opposite side of the globe.
Yeah, and that's what fish do.
Feels bad.
They migrate.
It
But
also
anyways,
smells- yeah,
Also, there's the whole undersea royalty people down there.
they'd probably appreciate it. We'd probably get help from them actually if we mention it to them first. We should probably mention it to the coral reef people too. They might have like gear for us when we go down
They
there.
did have a thing to let us breathe underwater last time we visited them.
elsewhere, Isaac, you have been knocking at your door.
Okay, can I look out like the people?
You can. It's your good friend Milo.
Well, I say through the door, yes, who is it? It's, 3 in the morning.
Well, it's actually 5, which is not as bad, but it's still, I guess it's still very early, isn't it?
I'm an old lady. I don't know what time it is.
Well, I am an old man, and I've come to take you out on a date.
Wait, what?
A date out in the town to a particular cafe.
Oh, just come in. I open the door.
He steps in, and like you could tell he was like method acting because he immediately straightens out his posture, brushes his hair back.
There's something going on with the resistance?
Yes, I'm sure you are aware because you helped arrange that. By the way, thank you. I don't know how you found out that Nelfrey had these kinds of connections. Honestly, I thought he was kind of useless. A bit of a rude understatement from me, but you've got to understand that he showed up and just started bragging about how big he is and how useful he is and how he's going to be the hero. People like that never really do anything, right? Well, apparently I'm wrong.
Wait, what's an Alfred do?
Well, he arranged reinforcements, apparently.
From where?
Some
Oh.
organization. Call themselves the Julius Whitcaller Organization. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, he promised to get us, Julius's help.
Oh, I see you're on first names with, the husband of a protag. Well, I suppose you do worship one of them. Makes sense.
Oh, I just kind of said that. I don't think I've ever met the man.
Well, he's long gone, but...
Who'd they send?
Well, that's the thing. They just sent 2 people, but they've assured us time and time again that they're more than competent.
Okay.
Apparently, they're commandos.
Which 2 people was it?
Hang on, let me... He pulls out, like, a book that he has. Someone by the name of Veldia and Razmul. Have you heard of them?
No, I don't think so. Listen, there's I've been meaning to go to the Resistance pretty soon anyways. You remember Percy's wedding? A bunch of craftsmen tried to, bomb it. I was thinking we could try to recruit them and, like, teach them how to resist good instead of just getting caught.
Yes, and also probably not suicide bombing weddings. Yeah, that's not how we do things around here. How do we do things around here, by the way? How did you get that relationship going?
With Alfred or with the tradesman?
With the tradesman as well. How did you get in that wedding? Like,
Oh,
I want to learn about how you work, Isaac.
I'm a spy. Yes, I have an identity in there, like I said before. So I was just ordered by my superior commander to go to the wedding. Pretty convenient. I didn't have to ask or anything. I was planning to ask.
Wonderful. I suppose being able to change your face helps quite a bit. I have to use a spell for that.
Yeah, that can be detected. It's inconvenient. Well, I
Right.
may have a way around that. I'm thinking of making a few purchases.
Ooh, going to the, I guess, Dick's item shop, I believe it. I've heard of it.
Yeah, they have something called an amulet of proof against detection and location. which is a mouthful, but really what it does is it makes you immune to divination magic,
Interesting. You have my attention.
which includes detect magic.
I might need one of those, actually. And here I was teaching you magic, and you know this item better than I do.
I'm pretty good at magic now. I can do the mage hand and everything.
Nice.
I'm only partially addicted to drugs.
Hey, you should not be addicted to drugs.
Yeah,
Drugs are bad, okay?
I've learned from that experience. Mostly I've learned that you can't change your prepared spells.
Well, let's head out to the cafe, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Should we get... I mean, the rest of the Rising don't really seem too into it, but should we still ask them?
Oh, absolutely, if you know where I can find the rest of them. In particular, I am not able to find Happy on a good day.
Oh, Happy's probably either in the Stonewall or they're back home.
Right. That would make sense. Why did I never think to check the Feywild?
I don't know, Mile. We're a lot more attached to this plane than Happy ever was. Happy always remembered home more than we did. Honestly, I'm worried about her, Milo. I don't know what she's up to at this point. But
Well, she's leading the Stonewall.
there's more than that. She asked the Magpie for a leave of absence. I never would have expected she'd do that.
Following in my footsteps. I'm so proud of her.
I suppose. I just don't want her to die. Let's go wake up the Rising. I'm sure they've had enough sleep and that they've had no interruptions, so they'll be happy to go with us.
Do you want me to give you some advice that I've learned?
Sure.
My best friend in the whole wide world is a man named Isaac.
Oh, well,
Now, I worry about Isaac all the time. But I don't show it because I believe Isaac is competent and able to handle his own affairs.
I mean, okay, I get the metaphor, but I know Happy's competent, and that doesn't stop me from worrying about her.
Right. Just make sure that you let her know that you believe in her, just as much as you worry.
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that.
Alright, let's go!
Okay, I guess I lead him to the Stonewall, and then if they come with us, we have to go wake up Cal and Svenari as well.
Right. I think Vonari would be faster. So they show up at the Stonewall here. We know Happy's up. Wielder, what about you? Where are you going? Wielder is...
Yeah, give me a sec. Yeah, I'm up. I mean, I probably was up around the time the knocking happened.
Right.
So
this
yeah,
would be
once I
after.
would have heard, like, Happy had stopped talking, I would have gone and just kind of heard what was said afterwards.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm probably with Happy right now.
So Happy and Wielder, you are being asked if you want to come along to a resistance meeting.
Yeah. I think Wielder's in the mood for that right now.
Okay. What about you, Happy? Happy is suddenly racked with guilt over what happened in the forest. Completely silent.
Jazz!
Having turned into a JRPG protagonist, Happy enters a quantum state of both being there and not being there, based off what answer you receive whenever Jazz returns.
Okay.
Alright.
Or they're stuck on mute.
Yeah, it could be that either. Vonari, how about you?
Brian meet at the stone wall. And we probably want to talk because a week passed without us realizing it.
Mm-hmm. You're being asked if you want to go to a meeting, then.
With who?
Resistance. They've gotten reinforcements from that Julius Woodcollar place.
Yeah, so we've also been getting other recruits, but they're not quite as interesting. They're more of like people that we can count on, but not people that we can rely on.
Sure, I'll come.
Oh, and we have
Matt,
to break those.
you're really quiet for me. I don't know for anyone else.
Am I
Just
quiet?
a sudden drop in audio levels.
I
We have to
should
break that
be
tradesman
normal.
guy out of the hospital too before he gets executed. So maybe we'll do that after the meeting.
All right, and then finally, last but not least, they come to the estate here in Zelgreb.
Knocking or rapping upon my door?
Cal, there's a meeting. The resistance. You want to come?
A meeting of the resistance.
Yeah.
Well,
It'll be fun.
suppose
We have
that
really
they're-
good catering.
Hey, out of character. We've been introduced to Milo like once during the resistance meeting.
Yep.
Have we
Yeah.
otherwise talked to Milo, or is that it?
I think that's it as far as
That's it.
you.
Okay. Well, it seems like they would be great allies in all of our pursuits. I don't see why not. Any support that I can lend to the effort is.
I mean, they call themselves the Resistance, but they're really a group of mafia.
Well, that's not true. We also have other people. I'm not in the mafia.
What is your problem with mafia anyway? They're perfectly religious, probably more so than most groups.
And, other than the part that they tried to kill us and marked me for a full day and had everyone assault me.
She didn't die though. Isn't this a different mafia family than that? Anyways, I'm losing track of all the mafias.
Well-
There's three main families. One of them is not present because these guys are just complete scum. But then there's also the Ambrose family and the Velus family.
Oh, that was in character, but I assume the feather guy is part of the resistance.
Yes. As far as I know, the Ambrose is in it.
That's
Hey.
correct. They are.
The mafia haven't melted a guy recently.
I mean,
have not melted
killing
a guy.
someone is, not great in general, but the method itself doesn't matter that much.
Wait, who got melted? What happened here? Could someone fill me in?
One of the tradesmen, who are upset at Capcree and trying to disrupt the wedding, the bride melted him.
The bride, Paige?
Yeah. Well, according to Happy, she just kind of touched him and he melted. Well, I guess got like desiccated and turned into a skeleton or whatever.
Turn into a skeleton?
Like all his flesh like burned off or something. Happy's description was incomplete.
Like in that book, Indiana Jones.
When they open the Ark of the Covenant, yeah.
My answer is more like a dehydration kind of thing.
Yeah, so I think it just makes like the flesh like sunken in and stuff, right? Maybe it gets rid of it.
Oh,
To an
like in that
extent.
sequel to that book, Indiana Jones, when he drinks out of the wrong goblet.
Who is Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I've never read
this
those
is-
books. I don't think we have that in the Feywild.
What is in Indiana?
This is the guy's name. It's named after his dog, though.
This isn't canon, everyone.
We could have Ariane join the resistance and she could help.
Last
So
time we
I'm not
talked to
too
them, they
happy
didn't really
about
have a whole
Capcree.
lot to offer at all.
I'm not too happy about Capcree taking over all of the trade work in the city either. So I think maybe we should do some more work with this resistance.
I mean, the resistance is anti-Capcree too, right? We got a whole bunch of
Exactly. That's-
anti-conclave. I mean, and we got a whole bunch of information about the conclave that we should probably share with them.
Well, also, I found out recently about the Steel Hinterland. They need help.
Oh.
They have some information that could help with developing a cure.
Yeah, we pissed them off.
No, they're okay now.
Wait,
They
what happened?
Well, they don't have a lot of budget to handle feeding Plague Bearer. Or
You
Bringer.
dumped that
Does he
gorilla
even
into
need
an
to eat? I thought he
ecosystem that couldn't
Well, he needs to eat, evidently, because he ate a whole pack of wolves.
He doesn't
It's
need
just-
to. He just chooses to.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
he
seems more
chooses.
like he just eats because he wants to.
Well, well, in either case, they're going to
Just go
try
tell him
to.
not to eat.
They're going to satiate his appetite by feeding him stuff, and
Like going
we'll
after
foot
animals,
the
just
bill.
do animal things.
You did tell them that he's not a real gorilla, right?
Well, okay. Well, I think you might be messing with his identity and stuff there. I mean, he seems to really like.
I don't
his
think
truth.
I don't think he knew that it wasn't a real gorilla. Based off the bit of the conversation I was there for,
Yeah, he
it did
definitely
not
did.
sound like he knew.
Well, that guy didn't know. No, I didn't tell him it wasn't a real gorilla. I just said we found him in the city, which is true. We did find him in the city, and we brought him to the forest.
So he thinks it needs to eat when it doesn't, and thinks it's a
Well-
big problem that he's solving.
Well, it is still a big problem that he's solving because it will eventually do things in that forest and mess with the food chain. And they apparently monitor that forest very closely so as to ensure the food chain is perfect, as it would be in the
Very
naturally.
closely. That's why they let an army build up there.
Well, they're lacking funding at the moment, so they're like all over the place, including the middle of the ocean. There's a miasma source, and I think maybe we should investigate that because that could probably spread faster than any other. We can't really could quarantine it
Yeah.
either. We can't
I
build
assume it's
walls
probably
on it
leaking
or
there
what.
like everywhere.
Exactly. So if we
Mhm.
can manage to contain, stop that, that's probably best.
The Steel Hinterlands is the third lowest house, so they don't really have the funds.
Yeah, they used to be like the stone wall, or stone wall used to be like them. Remember, like we didn't have funds back in the day, so it's only
Stonewall
right.
still kind of is.
Oh, rip.
You're moving up, but you're still not there yet. Like most of the money that you're getting is spent into repairs and building up the building. They're not like
Uh-huh.
amassing wealth. They're just like patching holes that they've had for like decades.
Fair.
So, I mean, before we go any really big jobs, it's gonna take like a couple weeks. I'm gonna have to commission like a new gun and do a few things to throw Mommy Dearest off the trail.
Do we want to wait 2 weeks for
We-
the water thing?
Mummy,
We should still be doing things in the meantime.
Yeah, we can't really afford to sit around doing nothing.
My
Who
thing
is-
is,
who's Mummy Dearest?
it's just a
Uh,
saying. It's someone he's dating. Don't worry about it. Or was dating.
Don't be gross, Happy. I'll tell you
Milo
later.
looks disappointed.
I'll
Oh,
tell you
okay.
later.
Wait, you're dating someone?
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
he
dating your
is.
mother. Stop it. Happy.
No, not your mother, but like you call her mommy. I don't know why.
I mean, if you're into that, I mean,
I take it back. I'm not worried about you anymore.
Well, I just don't know if you want to tell the guy that your mom is. That's all out of character. So I tried to hide it.
Milo starts Fortnite dancing.
Based.
All right. Well, we're gonna be late for
hold
this
on, I
meeting.
want to see a
Let's,
performance check. How good did you do it?
True.
Want to head to this resistance headquarters?
No check. All right. Yeah. Sure.
Well, when is the meeting?
Yeah,
Oh.
we should. But then I also want to continue investigation into miasma afterwards. I think the water thing should be next.
Yeah, it should be. It's high priority. Also, another high priority thing. The people involved with that, they have some ideas about how to go forward with the cure. They have some research they've done, and they want to work with Mercury Mortar, but Mercury Mortar does not want to work with them. Some Capcree thing. So maybe we
I
can
might be
leverage.
I might be able to take care of that.
Well,
Yeah.
I
That's
am
you're
in
able to take care of
charge.
that.
I am in
Because-
charge of the project creating the cure. We've
If-
made some progress. I've got the labs set up. It's just we need a more supply of the white material.
Well, there you go. That might be helpful too. If you want to take it on, sure. Or if we want to talk to Percy and get Mercury Mortar to work with them, whatever works. Whatever's a good
Capri
thing.
has exclusive production of the cure. There's no way they're gonna give that up just because we ask.
Correction, Mercury Mortar does, and I'm project lead there. I definitely have some sway.
Good luck.
Back to the
What-
water. I think I have an idea for how to detect it. So,
Oh,
there's certain materials from Shade Pool that react to the miasma, like they turn gray, right?
yeah.
So if you made like drag nets, got boats, dragged it across the water, pulled it up every so often, and looked to see if color changed.
Well,
you would know there's miasma in that area?
I like that idea, but also they might have already honed in on like the kind of location of where it is. They just can't go in there, obviously, because it's miasma. We don't know too much other than that they have a pool.
Well, yeah,
like
we
a
have no idea
source.
what kind of information they have, but if we
Um,
needed to do a
Cal,
wide
are you ever
search,
gonna open the door, or are we just gonna like keep having this long discussion like we're outside your door?
Yeah, you're outside the cafe. It's like
Oh, we made it there. Okay.
Yeah, I already opened the door and we already talked about me, and I decided, yeah, I'm gonna come along.
Oh, cool.
Ari is not going to come along because they're pissed.
all right.
Aw.
And hopefully we'll have AI control taking over soon.
Welcome everyone to the cafeteria. The meeting, or cafe. The meeting is actually in half an hour, but you are to arrive early here at Milo's insistence, mostly just to check for traps.
Oh.
All right, I will
Are there
help
any
him check
traps?
for traps.
Okay, let's see some investigation checks if we want to look for traps.
Investigation.
Hey. Okay, Isaac.
Oof.
I'm really good at investigation. Watch this.
Oof. Milo's probably good at investigation. Don't worry about it. He'll handle it.
I mean, you guys seemed like you had it handled, so I wasn't gonna.
Sorry, Milo has it. It's fine.
That sucks.
There you go. Milo did it. Nice.
All right, I'm fairly confident there are no traps.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go.
I do smell something strange. It's either a trap or some of the onions have gone off.
Huh.
It's probably the onions.
Okay. So you guys are waiting a little bit earlier. You get to have like a meal and everything. Malfrey is the first to arrive.
Hooray!
The next to arrive would then be Uriah and Nathan. Then you see two people that you've never met before with the Dawn of the Velus family.
I knew you could do it, Alfred. I'm so proud of you.
Why are you proud of? Of course I could do it. What did I do?
Well, you got us reinforcements.
Oh right, yes, I did that. That was me, everyone.
Did you?
Yeah, I did that.
How many reinforcements did you get us?
I got us 2 commandos from the Julius. Listen, they're really good, or so I've been told.
So, I guess introductions are in order. Over the Rising. Don't tell anyone, but I guess I'm Isaac. I don't have any disguises here.
The 2 of them have like black cloaks on, and they take their hoods off, and you can see that there is one much larger Minotaur man, and a small-looking woman with purple hair, who has a staff that she uses. I am Razmul. The
That's a
woman says
Minotaur?
nothing. Yes. The Velus Dawn just steps inside and like immediately sits down, going straight to the basement. The Minotaur and the woman bow in perfect harmony here.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Resmul, and
Vedia.
Vedya.
Veldia, I'm Veldia.
Well, welcome to the team, so to speak.
All right. As everyone sits down, Veldia just kind of scans over every single person here. Uriah starts like tapping his feet impatiently. You can see Nalfrey's just lying down on the couch, visibly like really nervous, but he's hiding behind everyone so no one can see. But you guys can all see.
Out of character, Valdia's from that creepy assassin family, isn't she? The one
Who knows?
That Siobhan was from.
He doesn't
Who knows?
look like an assassin, but I guess that would be the best assassin, wouldn't it?
Well, everyone, it's a pleasure.
The Nettle family, was it? Oh, something like that.
Netta, that's
Netta,
correct.
Yeah.
I've brought you all here for one simple reason. Capcree is expanding even further. And as we all see, the Conclave is pushing even more into the city. Things are getting more dire. Luckily, we have new help. And Milo just starts like trying to set up an applause. Who joins in?
I'll applaud
Happy will clap.
politely.
Yeah.
No one
give a
else
little applause
does.
class.
There's
Uh,
two people.
Cal will politely
I'll just-
follow in the custom.
I'll give a polite head nod, acknowledgement. Yes, acknowledgement.
No,
Well,
no
cast-
acknowledgement.
I'll cast minor illusion for the sound
Alex
of
is up.
clapping.
Now Freya's Alex.
Wait, you can cast spells?
No, joking. Could you imagine someone casted that though? An illusion for clapping.
There's our trolls.
That would have been a great reveal if you could cast spells.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
So,
How
In
long has
response-
it been since we first met these people?
it's been a while. It's been a
It's
minute.
been a couple. Yeah.
60 seconds then. Okay.
So it's been a while since we've been here. Can we start with what's been going on since then?
Right. So, since we've last met, we have been working around the clock in order to set up alliances with local businesses, people around Slaypool, trying to set up some sort of a militia. And what we found is that there are a lot of people that are starting to resist against the rule of Capcree. Particularly, not in the Sprawl as you'd might imagine, but in Zalgreb.
Okay.
So, what we've been trying to do is we've been focusing on the traditional values of Slaypool and our culture and shared history together, and contrasting it to the Conclave. This has proven fairly effective, particularly in Zalgreb, where a lot of people are concerned that the area is being turned into a tourist trap, essentially.
Oh, tell me about it.
Tells me view.
He nods. In addition, we have some dirt on the Conclave now. Nothing substantive, but, and he points towards Happy, and Isaac, and all them. We have reason to believe that they are now working together directly, and Capcree in particular has been using some sort of method to suck people of all their life essence. Is that correct?
Capcree have been sucking people of all their life essence?
He means the thing with Paige, Happy. The Paige melted a dude.
Oh, well, I mean, that was just one person. I think that's probably one of her special abilities, but yeah.
I mean,
Isn't there a spell that does that?
Maybe.
The point is public perception. We need to make sure people know Conclave does not mean benevolent protection, but rather allying with the plutocrats and those in power in order to preserve the power that they have remaining. By depicting these plutocrats as bloodthirsty and frankly awful people, it will help us in our propaganda cause.
Now,
well,
may I ask?
Sorry, go ahead, Happy.
May I ask a question? Have you
Yes.
been to any of the or near any of the quarantine zones recently?
No, they're quarantined. I'm not allowed in.
Have you been to the walls and stuff or near them?
I have.
You see, the Conclave have done a lot to keep. Now, I'm not being a Conclave apologist here. I don't really care too much about them, but they seem to be doing a good job at helping with the quarantine. That's one thing that they're competent at. Do we want to attack them now while they're doing an actually good and dire service for Slaypool?
You know, it seems to me that there's a lot of strategizing and logistics and support that has to go in to maintain a quarantine zone, and that the Conclave would be an excellent label to put on top of some sort of disease where one says the deities are handling this, religion is responsible for your cure.
But
Well-
the wards guarding the quarantine zones were provided by an outside party.
Are they? Oh, okay.
They're not the
Yeah.
Conclave?
Yeah, they said someone from... Crap, I don't remember what I was told in character. Correct me if I'm saying something I don't actually know. The gardeners.
You can't even say that word. No one said that word. It was provided by Oromir, however.
Okay, Oromir. An individual came and provided wards for the walls around the quarantine. So the conclave itself isn't doing it.
Do we know anything about this Oromir fellow?
He's in books, right? I've read a book where he's in it.
Yeah, I'm also who's a big friend of my goddess.
We should probably have some sort of working relationship with him should we start messing with the conclave. Because
A
Araya
relationship.
flips out of his chair and starts stepping forward. Now, sounds to me like you guys are going soft on your part of things.
well, sounds to me like we actually care whether citizens die or not. Mobster.
Citizens are going to die if we continue to let these people run rampant. You give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. Do you honestly think, and look me in the eye, do you honestly think they're going to stop at this?
Well, I mean, my issue here is I don't really care whether or not the conclave is gone. My issue here is they are providing a service that probably takes a lot of their ability to do so. They're spread thin.
Are we
And
going to be
should
able to
we-
provide the same service to the citizens once we clear out the conclave?
Exactly. So we should probably have contingencies. in place.
Absolutely. Let me tell
do
you
you actually
something.
think we can clear out the conclave? This is a reasonable goal for
Well,
everyone?
it's not even clearing them out. It's if we do anything to them that hampers their ability to spread like troops around or people around and like go and establish quarantine zones and like guard them, like they're gonna fall apart, right? One
I
by
mean-
one.
Don't forget where this plague comes from. I mean, what we've learned.
You know what the difference between Percy and I is?
What?
Percy has a group of people he pretends to be cops that are on his side. That's it. We're both gangsters. We both are exploiting people, trying to get power in the city.
I mean,
I'm just
sure,
more honest about it. And
sure,
the
but
conclave, same damn thing.
okay, but at the moment they are actually protecting people, and it's like really important that they keep doing that because I mean it gets spread. If it breaks apart, like tons of people die. It's not just like the average shopkeeper that you like to shoot because he didn't pay his.
Milo
protection.
raises a hand. Wait, why am I raising a hand? This is my meeting. Happy. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the conclave is kidnapping people in order to wipe their memories and forcibly inscript them into the Templars.
We're into the Templars.
Can you
We
establish
knew that they were
this?
doing that in general, but I didn't know that the Templars were coming from that.
Well, not all the Templars, but we do need to have people that work with. They
The
need
Templars
to have.
are
I'm sorry.
powerful,
I am.
aren't they?
Yes, I am technically a Templar, but I'm a double agent. The Templars, we believe. There I am saying we again. I'm so good at this. I'm so good at my job. The Templars earnestly believe that they are doing the right thing, that anyone who is considered a heretic, by converting them, then they will have a better afterlife. They weigh infinity against a finite source. The people that are considered ne'er-do-wells, no offense to any mafioso in here, who are convicted of crimes and disappear mysteriously, are turned into Templars.
What does it take to become a Templar through the normal means? I imagine the individuals are already pretty powerful.
Yes, I had a track record of thousands of successful heists over my life. I am... apologies to any other Featherstep that may be listening here, but I am the most successful Featherstep person of this generation.
Most of those were against me. That doesn't count.
It does count because you're also very good, and Look, the point is, I had a good track record of succeeding, and they saw it, and then they hired me for it. At first, I thought it would be an interesting job, but as I grew deeper into it, I realized just how sinister the Conclave is. They get into your mind in a way that you think that they're doing the right thing. And honestly, it's so insidious that even in this conversation now, I can't help but call them we, us, our work.
I mean, you are a part of them.
And I don't like it one bit. And I'm worried because they will lure you in with these false pretenses of benevolence and helpful work, and once they're in, that's when they start to spread. I feel like they've already hooked you.
All I am saying is we should talk to this Oromir person and anybody else, because should we do sufficient damage...
You can't
to the
talk to
Conclave-
Happy, we don't
Oromir.
need to do damage.
How do you
No,
talk
The
to
role they're
Oromir?
playing is just boots on the
The
ground.
reason
They just
I brought-
have people around and doing the manual stuff that needs to be done. They're not actually doing anything that, say, Mafia replacements couldn't do.
The only reason I brought up that Oromir person is to bring up the point that the Conclave isn't the one making the wards.
Exactly.
So taking them down wouldn't hamper the quarantine.
Well, yes. Well, I'm worried about if we start doing things to mess with the Conclave, it's not all going to happen at once. It's not like we'll take them out or whatever, and then we'll just be able to reestablish a quarantine zone. It'll happen over time. Maybe one quarantine zone they'll deem not as important as the others. They'll stop providing support there, and then maybe it'll start spreading. I just want your word that we'll do what we can to make sure that we replace those quarantine zones, the people that leave them. And we probably should be talking to Oromir, because if the Conclave's gone, and then we need to make new quarantine zones. Hey, stay away from me, pal.
I am insulted that you think that I would let my city die.
So,
You have my word that I will protect this place.
all right.
Well, but protection doesn't go quite far.
Translate that.
It's-
Go ahead, Vonari.
Yeah, me too, actually. Oh, could I also
Vonari.
say-
Yeah, go ahead. Vonari, the way that he says this, they're and happy. He genuinely is upset that you think he would let the city die. He genuinely wants to protect the city. However, what he wants to protect above all is his position within the city.
He did say my city, by the way.
Yes, he is genuinely trying to help everyone in the city as best as he can, because if he doesn't, then he's going to lose his position of power. He can be trusted. He'll do exactly what he's saying he's doing, but he has so many ulterior motives, and it's very obvious that he's trying to hold back from saying anything of them.
All
Well,
right.
I mean, we're gonna kill the preacher anyway, so this is only a temporary concern.
Well, yes, but I'm worried that these guys will do things while we're trying to kill the preacher, and we don't know the passage of time in the areas we go in. Like, they could mess things up pretty badly. And also, Uriah, whether or not you can protect them is one thing. Can you make a new quarantine zone? This is why I want to make sure we have contact with Oromir before we do anything drastic. We might need to be the ones making new quarantine zones.
Hi, Velia here. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
I don't know a damn thing about this city or what the hell I've been put into, but if you're looking for protective wards, those are pretty simple to make.
Oh, cool. Then
Then I have no
we're
worries.
the one.
But if you honestly think you can just get Oromir here, you are seriously deluded. Who the hell do you all think you are?
Okay,
I
well,
haven't even met Julius Whitcaller, and I've worked with him as long as I've been in this world.
We're the
Little
Rising.
do they know that I am Oromir.
Oh, you're not. You're not Oromir. You're as
Yeah, I am.
You're as much as Oromir's Razmul is.
Yeah, I am.
Razmul's like shaking his head. Don't.
I
get
controlled
into this,
him.
Radia."
We're the Rising. That's who we think we are.
But also, like, we don't. I never said we were the ones that are going to talk to him. I never said it was going to be easy. I said it's probably a good idea.
I
to
just
sit
brought
down.
it up to say that protective wards are something that we can do.
If we could
something
do
that
it, then
not
that's
just
fine.
the Conclave can do.
If we could do it, that's fine. I thought it was just something Oromir could do.
No, these types of wards are simple. They're honestly basic stuff, and if you really studied what you're trying to study, you would know them already. It's become very clear to me that you really need me. And so, you should all call me Your Grace. Razmul pulls her back and sits her down in the chair. Sorry, everyone.
I don't think
She's
it's a
really
good
good at what she
for
does.
Outwallers to say such things.
What is an Outwaller? Ugh, this is why I hate this planet.
This planet.
She turns around and then just starts grumpily kicking at like the legs of her chair.
What,
Okay,
what's
well-
a planet? You mean plane?
Let's talk like next steps. I mean, there's that tradesman in the hospital. If we rescue him, he could probably tell us more about like his organization. We could grow the resistance a lot. Having the support of tradesmen would help us.
Feldia's
Well, it sounded like he's not part of an organization. He was just an individual disgruntled craftsman.
There's at least a few of them, and he probably knows other craftsmen who are just as disgruntled.
Perhaps.
Yes. And the Dawn of the Velis family steps forward. I've met with many of them myself. They're all very similar, all of them. These people are disgruntled, they've lost everything, and they're just willing to get one good push, and they will throw their lives away in a blaze of glory. I believe they should be easy to recruit to our cause.
Well, I don't think we should be enabling that kind of mentality.
Oh no, we'll show them a better way. We'll show them how to win without dying.
Before we go any
It
further,
just
I
didn't seem
think,
like that the way he was wording it.
in the interest of full disclosure, and some of you may know this because this isn't a secret, at least I haven't tried to keep it secret, I'm currently working with Capcree via the Mercury Mortar. I'm the head of a project for a cure to the disease in the quarantine zones. I just want to put that out in the open so everyone is aware.
Yes, and Milo works with the Templars. We all are working underground to some extent.
And
I do
on
not
the
hold
other
this
end,
against you.
Capcree has bought the guild that I was part of, and I've been part of my whole life. And that doesn't sit right with me.
No, it doesn't. Let's show those fuckers what's boss. I am all the way in this rebellion now. Esmal picks her up and puts her down in the chair again, then sits down.
Okay, so I mean, what do you need us to do, Milo? Why did you call the meeting? Was it just a meet and greet, or is there an action we need to take?
Yes, the reason why I called this meeting is very important. So, Veldia, despite how she looks, is an absolute genius in warding and glyph magic. I honestly don't know how someone like that could get this competent. Veldia rolls up some paper and throws it at his face. And Razmul here is an effective leader. He's very good at organizing, especially in military pursuits. I believe that it's time that we fight back, and we need to start planning. This is it. Are you in or are you out? There can be no going back.
Can we think about it?
Well, more like, what is our role in this?
Yeah.
We are going to need you to represent us in a way that we can't represent ourselves. I mean, look at us. I'm wonderful, but I'm not exactly, how you say,
Photogenic.
good with people. What the hell? Nalfrey is a criminal. These people are criminals. And then these people are from some strange organization that no one's ever heard of. We don't have that kind of reputation, that kind of love that you do. The Rising are the heroes of the city. If you are doing what you do and ensure to everyone that you support an independent slave pool, this will go a long way. It will definitely damage your relationships with the others, but
Well, our relationship with the Conclave is about to be really terrible anyways.
Worse than they already want to kill me?
Before we do this, are we confident we can effectively make a cure without the Mercury Mortar's help?
I mean, if they pull support of that, they'll look absolutely horrible to the people.
I don't think they'll pull support. I think they just won't have us involved. And we're going to be damaging the Conclave financially, right? So it's going to be hard for them to make progress.
Yeah,
I mean, as long as it's still getting made.
it'll also be easy to really slander us if, like, oh yeah, they just point out who the hell we're working with. Oh, it's a bunch of mafia, ex-mafia, and outwallers, and we'll get out-propaganda trivially.
And
The more we're doing
we're not
shameful,
going to publicly come out and say that we're supporting you. Absolutely not. Our involvement will be a secret to everyone.
I would say you could do it more officially as part of Stonewall.
If you're able to convince Saga and Sovereign to do this, that would be excellent. Incredible, even. But what's important is that we need to make sure that the people of Slaypool know that the Rising are saving them so that they can be free of these organizations.
Because if we roll you into Stonewall, we get the central leadership, you actually now have a legitimate claim to do things that you couldn't do otherwise. And
Yes,
we
but
drastically extend our reach.
as much as I would like to do that, I have a very legitimate concern with this, which is that this will make it very clear that I was a double agent the whole time. I think I am more effectively served outside of the group, acting as a Templar.
This
That
is
way I
Milo
can feed you
speaking?
information. Yeah, this is Milo. It's been Milo the whole
absolutely.
time.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to break that and join us officially. I mean, more like the resistance in general.
Malfoy steps forward. I can't, as I have a bit of a criminal record, actually. So I'm not allowed to join, even if I wanted to.
yeah, we did beat the crap out of you that one time when you were doing criminal stuff to us. Sorry about that.
Well,
Good
actually, I let you in, but that's beside the point.
No, you
actually.
didn't.
No, I was actually going easy on you the whole time.
No, you weren't.
I was holding back my true power.
That's okay. We've all gotten stronger since then.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, I wasn't even trying back then.
Nice.
Alright, I'll connect telepathy to Cal.
I mean, I'm in. Oh, right, the pot thing. I love that.
We don't even know what that's for.
I think it's a good idea. I say out of character.
Whoa. I can hear the demon.
No, you can't. This isn't canon.
This isn't a demon. This is.
Oh, I can't hear the demon. It isn't canon.
I mean, if you do that, you risk this information leaking out, Cal.
We also risk Isaac's identity leaking out. I feel there might be more severe consequences for some of our party members. Some of them trust these people absolutely. Some of us trust these people absolutely.
The point is, if you burn your conclave connections before we get to do anything, you won't ever get a chance to.
Right. This doesn't need to be done immediately. I'm not saying that we have to go out and just immediately start raising the flag. Hurrah, let's fight everything. Just that I need to know if you can be counted on for this.
So, you're asking us to come to a conclusion in a very short amount of time.
No. I'm asking you if you are in. I'm not asking you to do anything at this moment.
Right,
And if you
but
need to stop and think about it, that's fine.
I mean, we've
But
had a
just
couple
know
months.
that once we do this, once we begin on this plan, you can't go back.
can we let you know next meeting if we're in on this or not?
Very well.
I think that's a good compromise.
I mean, I'm in.
Is anyone else like a lock in for it? If there's like a majority of us that are in, I guess we're in. So is anyone else a lock right now?
What are the specifics of what happens if we're in? Like, what happens immediately?
Immediately, nothing. It's a long-term play. But what we're asking of you is to distance yourself from these entities, from the Conclave, from Capcree, and to publicly denounce them as you do good within the world. Show the people of Slaypool that their heroes oppose the forces that chain them.
I've got plenty of reason to oppose the Conclave right now. I'm definitely in with that.
I also agree that we should oppose the conclave, but I think that in the short term that we can't work toward that. There are some other irons that we have in the fire that require at least their trust, if not their support. I think that we will be working toward the same ends quite shortly.
Also, I don't want to completely burn my bridge with the Mercury Mortar for now because I want to at least be able to know what they're up to.
Very well.
What we're working with right now is dangerous.
Also, if you start denouncing literally everyone at the same time, there's that threat of them just squashing us.
I mean, that's why we have the spy in Capri, for one.
Specifically on this project, because
Yes.
of the materials needed. I need to know how they're utilizing them.
Well, you have what our plan is. Veldia will provide all of the arcane support that we need. We can use Razmul here to train up people to become more effective combatants. Of course, Uraya and Velus have their connections. Nalfrey can do something. Nathan Leander is an incredible combatant. I will continue to work on how we can use everyone effectively together.
At the very
When it
least, we
comes
can
to
share
time-
information with you.
He nods. When it comes time, though, when it gets to the point where we have to rebel, I will force an ultimatum here that you must work with us, or we can't continue. It's not at that point yet, but I'm concerned that it's approaching closer and closer every day. The Templars are becoming more bold. You see Capri is moving out with the Harmony Patrol in more districts. They're replacing the Guard. They want to write the laws. Right, is there anything else you'd like to do here, or will we call this meeting adjourned? Out of character?
Can I talk to you in private after the meeting, Milo?
Yes, absolutely. Sorry that I have to be this serious, but I'm putting on a serious mask, which is why my face looks so angry now. I'm not actually mad, I just have to be serious.
You must have such experience with this, working with the conclave lately.
Well, does
Yes.
anyone in the Rising have any objections to giving them essentially the same information we've given to everybody else? So that they're at least informed of what they're getting into?
What exact information are we going to tell them? We're not going to tell them about like Alex and stuff, right?
About like Jade Pool and everything we've given to
Yeah,
like,
the
Capri.
existence of it.
I
They have to at
really
least be on
love,
the same page.
Out of character, I love that you can use telepathy to like discuss this both in and out of character. Makes like the bullet time group discussion so much more rich.
I like the idea that Venari is speaking up and then trying to also listen when somebody starts talking to them in the middle of them talking. It's like,
Multitask.
yeah, the multitasking on Venari's part is pretty rich. You're like at a switchboard, but pretending not to be.
I don't think there's anything to benefit from hiding things from them.
Yeah. Well, sure.
We'd still have to have them keep it close to themselves. We don't want this information spreading, because if it spreads, it causes panic. More than there already is.
I think panic's probably going to be inevitable.
We can delay it at least.
We can contain it, right? Like, there might be
Mhm.
some panic, but the amount of panic.
At least the leaders here have to, well, A, be trustworthy enough to tell. If they spread it out, well, then this whole deal's off, so they shouldn't. And B, if they don't know what the challenges are, or what's been
Yeah.
tried, or they're gonna bumble around and mess up a lot.
I trust
That's a good
everyone with the information except for Nalfrey, honestly. I don't know. I feel like Nalfrey's going to mention it by accident to someone.
Nalfrey is like picking out his ears, like lying on the couch.
The two Outwallers, they might tell like whoever their handlers are, but that's not a big deal. And then the mafiosos, they obviously can keep a secret. If they can't, then they wouldn't be this high up. And then Milo.
I think we just reveal the existence of Shade Pool and what the miasma is.
Oh, we haven't done that yet? We definitely should.
When you explain this to everyone, is that the intention?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Frey suddenly sits up and is no longer like the same like pretending to be cool, relaxed guy. He's not even trying to hide his concern at this point. Nathan sits back in the chair. Uriah is still like lounging on, not like lounging, but just kind of like leaning back and sitting on the table. Milo seems to show no reaction to this. And the Dawn of the Velus family just continues to put on like a tough face. You don't know if he's affected or not.
Are we including the part about the aspects being made up of conclave energy?
No.
Sure, do it. You won't.
I think we should
think so.
because it'll make them all that more hate the conclave.
Well, like I said, you could probably trust all these people except for Nalfrey. I just feel like Nalfrey is like, just incompetent. That's all.
Nalfrey's the coolest.
He's cool, but I feel like he's accidentally gonna tell the wrong person, dude.
He has no friends. Who would he tell?
That's
Why
what
you
I'm
guys so
concerned
mean
about.
to this guy?
I just said he might accidentally tell people. I didn't say. Wow, oh my god! I didn't say he had no.
My
friends.
concerns aren't specifically now for it. It's just that this is heavy information.
Every other major organization knows if they want to be that kind of contender, they have to be able to know and have to be able to handle it.
Yeah, these are all tough people. Like the Ambrose family, they killed probably millions of people to
Like,
get to
this
where
is
they
not
are.
just about having control of the city. This is a fucking interdimensional plague with a guy trying to be possibly a god.
Then we'll give him the aspect information too about it being made up of conclave energy.
Are we gonna tell
Wow.
them the body of Alex is in there as well?
I think that should be up to Venari.
Sure, in the stone.
Okay.
Are we gonna?
We give them every recap since the beginning of the campaign.
Yeah, give them like
DVD.
give them
Yeah,
all this information on them, and I think at this point Uriah sits up and starts like genuinely showing that he cares about what's going on. Nathan Leander always cared. Now Frey is like full on like panic mode. Like he's got the smile going on, like where he's just like smiling to pretend he's fine, but he's not fine. At this point, Milo actually just starts pacing back and forth. The Dawn of the Velus family. Go ahead and give me an insight check on this one, Vonari here.
Ooh. Big kitty cat.
Fine.
Flash of
good
never
roll.
mind. That's a 20.
The Dawn of the Velus family, real, not a very good long-term player type of guy. He just seems like, give me money now at this moment, and I don't care. So this seems to like bounce off him, like he genuinely doesn't seem to care about this. Razmul is just sitting back thinking about this, like he's like really lost in thought. Velia, on the other hand, is like genuinely excited. Like she's leaning forward. She got her hands on her knees. She's just like nodding along to everything that you tell her.
We should also tell them that about Capri probably going to replace the Harmony Patrol with Art Patrol, like in full.
True. We should probably also tell them about the Rat King in session 1. No, just kidding.
Okay, well, I was under the impression that I was being signed on to do some bullshit, but this is cool, and I'm glad you brought me in. Don't worry, I've got this covered.
Who do you work for?
The Julius Whitcollar Foundation.
Well, I work for the Julius Whitcollar Foundation, but Rasmus and I are both generals.
Generals. Okay. And okay. All right.
Generals from which nation?
Well, the Julius Whitcollar Foundation operates across a number of planes. We don't just work in the material plane.
So you're like a general of the plane of fire?
No, I myself am one of the people that work in the plane of dreams. I've actually spoken with Osiris personally on a one-on-one basis, so just there's that.
What
Just
is the
flip your hair
Julius? What does the Julius Whitcollar Foundation do exactly?
The
In your own
Julius
words?
Whitcollar Foundation is an entity that was founded by Julius.
Whitcollar! Oh! Now I get it.
Yes,
we-
Osrius. Yes.
work together to use what resources that the wheat callers have in order to make the plains a better place. Basically, we do boss shit because I'm a boss ass bitch.
Oh,
Do you guys
okay.
work in the Feywild at all?
Kind of, sometimes. That's not as often, but it's messy there. Oh my gosh.
It's the best place, right? I really like it a lot.
Sure. So, as for myself here, I am an expert in ritual and written magics. So, you're talking about sigils and stuff. This is right up my alley. You know, like making scrolls.
This
You
is
guys
a very
know
competent
scrolls,
people.
right?
Oh yeah, I love scrolls.
Maybe we should introduce you to the giant ape in the forest.
Oh, yeah, she could like box him in. That's kind of inhumane, probably.
No,
but at
I
least in
didn't.
the
I wasn't
forest.
thinking that, but
We can get him to not leave the forest. Actually,
that would
Probably
probably
put
be a very
sigils
good research point if she ever wants to try to actually put a ward around a specific league.
True,
Ooh.
but
You're just setting up a Jurassic Park subplot where the wars go down. And it's
I didn't even think of that.
So
It's
out of
just-
character, if you choose to work with like these guys, Veldia is not useful in combat, but has a lot of out of combat magic prowess.
Nice.
Razmul, on the other hand, is just a really good like leader of tactical and strategic military outfits. So he's very useful in organizing troops and all them.
I'm going to describe the 6 giants. 3 of those were piercers. The other 3 were the crushers in the big quarantine zone that we fought in. I'm going to ask him how he would, if he had a lot of troops, how he would deal with them. Wait, can he make a plan for that?
Yeah, he can work on a plan for that.
He should.
So
Yeah, there you go.
basically, out of character, what the benefits of working with these guys are is that working with Veldia, you can get scrolls and stuff made.
Ooh.
So if you do need scrolls, you can talk to her and she can work on creating them for you. And if you talk to Razmul, he can give you tactical breakdowns of how to fight certain things, which can help you in just letting you know like what weaknesses something will have.
Okay, so Razmul, if we're to go into the ocean around Slaypool, pretty deep, maybe. What should we bring with us?
Give me some time to think about it.
Thank you. And Veldia, can you make us like scrolls of breathing underwater or something?
Child's play? Who the fuck do you think I am?
You're Veldia Netta, I'm guessing?
What? Why do you think I'm a Netta? Just
Oh,
Veldia, I don't have a last name.
Is she an assassin?
No, she just had that kind of vibe. I guess that's not in character. Sorry, I just kind of said it before thinking about it.
This
Actually,
person
I
has
don't
no
even-
combat abilities. Yeah, are
Actually,
you
yeah.
the assassin family?
I guess Happy.
I
would know
mean,
what
I
that
can
are.
kind of fight. I can use my slow aura, which is useful, but that's about it.
Oh, are we talking slow like they run around slower, or slow like they attack slower? Was this like a Final Fantasy, or?
She takes a deep breath in, and suddenly everyone in this area make a saving throw.
I'll
What kind
saving
of
throw.
saving
Any
Of
saving
what
throw.
kind?
One moment. It's a wisdom saving throw.
I'm good at those. 11. Is 11?
Oh, you.
Oh,
Wow, I
Nat 20.
fucking rolled 2 12s.
my nat 20 went down the drain.
Yeah, you're all swagging out here. I'm gonna say that Razmul just chooses to be affected by this because he doesn't really care.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm doing. That's why I
Nathan,
rolled on 11.
okay. Nathan and Milo both make the save. Raya, Nelfrey, and the Dawn of the Velus family all fail. And those of you who are successfully avoiding this, congratulations, you're not affected by the spell slow.
I'm gonna
We're
feline
fine.
agility
Hey, we're
bonus
fine.
action dash like
Yeah,
right.
good job, Kelsey. All right, you're still fast while in this area of slow. Wow. Yeah, it's not quite as good as like it used to be. I'm a little rusty. But yeah,
Well-
I can slow people down and then hit them with the staff, and that's basically my game plan right there. I just do those two things.
You've surrounded yourself with some of the most proficient individuals in all of Slaypool, and you're surprised that some of them are capable of resisting this effect.
Okay, when you put it like that, I sound ridiculous.
Outwallers, am I right?
I don't think that's a thing. I think you're thinking of Morrowinds, dude.
Muli, you'll protect me, right?
No,
And
Outwallers
she
was
just
in fact
nuzzle
a
up
thing
next
from
to
like session
Rasmul.
1.
We heard about Outwallers near the beginning.
Outwallers is a real thing, yeah.
Yeah. It's just we haven't heard it often because we don't really talk to a lot of assholes who use that commonly.
Yeah,
Kind of
that was
easy to say.
that's one of those things that was going to be like part of Ira's character arc, and it just never happened because Ira's gone.
Rip. Oh shit, she's gone. Oh no. She's not even in Three Bridges.
She is now getting a piggyback ride from Rasmul. Haha, you fools! Well, I think that's it for the meeting. Isaac, you wanted to meet with Milo after the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. After most of the people clear off, he circles around and meets up back with you.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm gonna give you a copy of all this research because once the Conclave finds out we have it, they're probably gonna try to kill everyone and destroy all of it. So I'm giving out as many copies as I can to people I trust.
You know, I try to live every day just laughing and not worrying about things, and then you dump this on my lap.
Yes. Well, weird things are going on here. Speaking of
It's no
dumping on
laughing
your
matter.
lap, Fate's my mom. Sorry.
Suddenly, his eyes go wide and he just grins. Son of a bitch. I knew there had to be a reason why she had me investigate you particularly.
Yeah, she gave me some like final warning thing where she said if I kept like going against the Conclave, things would get very bad. I honestly didn't know she was my mom until then. That's kind of creepy.
Well, fate is quite... You see, there's some people out there in this world that are just better than everyone else. And when you see them, they just have this kind of aura around them, you know?
I
Like you-
don't think I've ever experienced that, but
There was a moment when I was working with Fate. I've never got that with Celis, but with Fate in particular, there was just this thing. She looked at me and she saw through everything that I was thinking at that moment, and without even saying a word, just told me why my plan wouldn't fail and came up with a better one, and then walked away like it was nothing. She is incredible and terrifying in one breath.
wait, she's the one who came up with this resistance plan? What?
No, I was investigating into some demon artifacts.
Oh, okay, you scared me.
Yeah,
Artifacts of demons.
you're not here. Get out of here, Cassiopeia.
Damn it.
You see, I might as well tell you. It's not like we have any secrets between us, right?
I mean, I have a lot of secrets. I would have to use a spreadsheet to figure out if I have any secrets from you.
Are you familiar with the 1,000 Blades of Cinder?
No. I'm
Oh,
going to guess it's actually one thing and not 1,000 things.
Yes, the 1,000 Blades of Cinder. It's a religious thing. I just thought you would know because you know a lot about religion.
Oh, can I roll that then? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. You
Oh
don't.
my god. Nope.
That's fine.
Most of my religion thing is focused into Elise, so I guess I should know as much as I can about the other conclave now that they're trying to kill us.
Archfiend Cindy, more properly known as Archfiend Cinder, Cindy is just a popular name that she uses, has 4 generals that she works with. two of which are the most dangerous by far. The first is Yeshornu Silver, an immensely powerful entity so strong that it could be said to be a demon lord in of itself if it had the drive or the motivation or something. The second, Sereth, the Thousand Blades of Cinder. A ruthless and dangerous and immensely powerful entity, a being that consumes the souls of warriors and adds them to a spectral army of ghosts that it fights with at all times.
Do I know Sarah's name in terms of like the thing that's in Cal's stomach?
Nope.
Okay. Just checking.
Now, Sereth, during a battle, released some of these ghosts from it in order to fight the Conclave. And they were mostly defeated. It was my job to seek them out and trap them and hide them away.
Okay.
My original plan of attack was a little bit foolish on my part. You see, I thought that if I pretended to be on their side, that they would recognize me. Of course, fate realized that was wrong. A person that is kidnapped and forced to reside within the soul of a demon for thousands of years is part of an eternal army necessarily would not really like their captor. So instead, she told me to masquerade as a paladin, which is really not far-fetched. I am a Templar, after all. I offered them salvation, and I trapped them in a jar. I don't expect you to be happy of this, but we don't know how to purify them.
I mean, you just hit them with a big stick until they're purified. Which, I mean, dead. I know you're not a good assassin. I can show you. I mean, it's not been that long since Academy.
No, you see, that's the problem. These ghosts, when they die, return to Sereth.
Ooh, so kind of like how when you kill the Shade Pool things, it returns to the Preacher.
Similar, yes. We don't know why this is, or how this is, or any number of things. All we know is that we can't sever their connection to Sereth, and their afterlife is tied to Sereth's soul. So, we keep them in these jars for now, where they won't return.
Okay. I mean, what would happen if they got out?
They would return to Sereth.
Oh. I guess Seraph would get really big and, like, kill everybody, or would you just be chill?
Sereth is restrained at this moment. So we have nothing to fear. Sereth will not escape. We've been assured that the Bronze Gauntlet is doing their best.
Oh, good. I'm glad that everything's going well there.
Yes, I as well. There are some things in this world that I must hand it to the Conclave. One of the things that they do very well is managing demons.
Listen, Milo, that thing you said about she deletes people's memories to make paladins, to make Templars. I mean, we're changelings, right? Our identities are as malleable as anything else, but promise me if I get captured that they'll work with the Rising and either get me out or kill me if you have to. I don't really want that to happen to me, and she won't see anything wrong with it.
Isaac, remember what I told you on the way here. Honestly, it's like you don't listen to a word I say. And he hugs you. You're going to be fine.
Great. I'll pat him on the back. I'm glad I could comfort you.
And once the two of you leave, Milo has a mini panic attack as soon as he's sure no one's watching.
Aw.
All right, that's the scene, everyone.
What will fate do to get her son back? Who knows?
Let's have a 10-minute break, and when we get back, we'll finish the session.
Oh, but my coffee's just about done.
Can I get the name of the Cinder kid again, so I can write it in Notepad?
Seraph.
shards of Cinder Blade or something?
Oh, so Sereth has a title called the Thousand Blades of Cinder. That's sort of just like, like instead of saying the name of a demon, which some people are superstitious about, they'll just say, here's the Thousand Blades of Cinder. It's like it's an honorary title that they've given to Sereth because Sereth previously would show up to like an army, single-handedly and then create an army of ghosts.
Cool.
Archie and Cindy is the one that kept destroying Ambrosia, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, in the end, she didn't, because we fixed it.
Right, 5 a.m.
That was our time loop arc, Brody. Every time we lost, Cindy would show up and kill everybody instantly.
That's
Yeah,
the
so-
second recurring character here in this session from 5 a.m.
It's vis-a-vis 5 a.m. The essential plot was that someone found a way to break through the Ritz connection, and over the course of 100 years, they've been setting up a way to summon a demon lord directly into the material plane. But this plan was stopped by Osiris's father. However, someone was going into the time loop and messing it up so that Archfiend Cindy would be summoned in order to try to find out how to do it. Just for those of you who are probably wondering what some of these references are, because I'd imagine you are.
Very few people would know.
All our brilliant fans. I'll be right back.
Right.
Everybody else is going to get a cool post-game story, and Cal is just going to be a random ghost. Or might be like King of the Ghosts, but probably just a random ghost.
We'll be right back.
Good luck.
Sure.
Hello again. Welcome to the party. Candy corn. Do 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 do. Candy corn. Oh, the candy corn went away. Candy corn.
Why'd you have to remind you?
Candy corn. I love that song. It's so easy to sing along to.
Candy corn rap genius page.
Paige is a rap genius.
Whoa.
It explains a lot. Like how she melted that dude. She just busted a rhyme and he died.
I love that your two descriptions for how the person died were two of the awesome special effects of how people died in various Indiana Jones movies. Face
don't think I've seen
melting,
any of
and
those
then
movies.
the one where the Nazi's face melts, and then the one where the guy ages super rapidly and just becomes wrinkled and shrivered. Shrivered? Shriveled.
Yeah, that's one.
Shriveled.
I think she just used that druid spell that Ozzy would.
I thought it was inflict wounds. I thought it was the cleric spell.
It might be. She doesn't really seem like that kind of person.
My main reason for thinking that is that she had to touch him.
Well, she can't. It can't be inflict wounds unless she's divine soul.
And blight touch as well.
No, it's
I don't
not.
think it is.
That's 30 feet. You're right.
You guys like cake?
I do like cake. I got some cake in the fridge right now.
Have you ever
ate earlier.
Have you ever eat a cake?
Yeah, I've had a cake.
What about snake?
Oh, not even divine soul can cast inflict wounds, so it can't be inflict wounds because she didn't use any components. So she's a sorcerer, or it's not a player class.
I mean, yeah, she doesn't have to follow player.
Yeah, I don't think it's a spell. Like it's either blight as like a subtle thing, or it's just like she's just something really weird.
Either way,
She's
it's not.
a vampire of some sort.
Even if she had like beheaded him with her fucking hand or something, it would no more horrific.
All right. Remember, if I get captured by the conclave, you have to rescue me before they delete my memory, please.
We will definitely try. Don't get captured. Easy. And we don't have to worry about
It's
it.
that damn sample. It's that damn sample, everyone.
She wants me specifically because she's obsessed with me for some reason.
Almost like you're her child or something.
It's just the plot of Kill La Kill.
No, it's
Well,
not.
Yeah, it is.
There's no
Spoilers.
scissors.
I don't know. It's like the vampire in Calamity. The Isle of Dread.
Kinda, yeah, kinda. Not really, but kinda.
They took great lengths to keep your kid alive forever and safe against their own
How did they
wishes.
get water? Oh well, I guess I'm cursed to thirst.
Any of you guys ever look up All Your Base on YouTube? All Your Base
Oh.
belong to us.
All the time.
On repeat.
It's my favorite meme of all time.
You know, it's 15 years old now.
It's been 17 years since I joined XGen. I joined in October of 2004.
It was like 06, I think.
Ooh, 06. That was a bad year. A lot of noobs in that year.
The fuck would you even remember what happened every year?
I remember one of your avatars, Matt.
I had a lot.
Is it mine?
It was like it was like a person against like a rocky wall in like a red shirt doing a weird pose or something.
Huh?
This
A person against a
It was
rock.
mine, 'cause that doesn't sound
it's
fair.
really all the details that have remained in my brain.
The X-Gen alumni chat.
But if I saw it again, I would recognize it.
But
I
anyways,
don't
that's
know why.
beside the
It's
point.
one of those things you just you remember certain details forever, and you don't know why.
The
That's
red
just one of those things.
he had like black pants on, right? And he had like one of those. He had
I
like
don't
a
think I've
badge.
ever had
on
an
his
avatar like that.
chest. Yeah, the guy he had a red shirt and like he died in the same episode. It was kind of fun.
Hey, a Calcivir. Big fan. Any Calcivir fans here?
Yeah, Cal's pretty alright.
They're okay.
Not like a simp or
Cool.
anything.
Cal's in the
back.
back. Area's in
Yeah.
the background just screaming, boo, boo.
I think we're all here. We're ready to go. Welcome
got
back
coffee.
to everyone.
Ares,
back
the
from-
Celeste of Bustan.
We're back from the Resistance HQ.
Oh, I need to commission those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
I have to figure out what form I want the amulet to take. Maybe a ring. I think it'd be cool if I had a ring.
Well, guess what? You can do that because this isn't 3rd edition and they don't care about slots anymore.
Hooray! Is it like
Yeah.
trivial to find someone to commission for the gun, or do I need to like make rolls and stuff?
I think for that, go ahead and give me a charisma check. I think charisma investigation would do it.
Okay, so add 3 to this. 11. Oh, I'm gonna use
11.
inspiration. Let me check
Okay.
which inspirations I have. I still have my episode inspiration. 26.
Okay, the 26 will do it. You're able to find that there's like an old retired gunsmith that used to work like back in the day. Guns have evolved a lot past his time, and he has like older models of everything, but he thinks the old ways are better and like the newer stuff. Yeah, it's cheaper, you can make it faster, but it's not as good as like the antique handcrafted guns that he would have. So there's a guy in Sarleft who will make you a gun. It will take 10 days to create. You will have to do it at 2,500 gold.
Oh, how much would it cost to add a scope to it?
To add a scope?
Yeah,
What
like
would the scope
1,000.
do?
I don't know. I figured I'd leave that up to you and ask you next session what it does.
I think we can just add a scope that doesn't do anything like mechanically, and that'd be fine.
Is there a red dot
Isn't there
scope?
like an eyeglass or something? It would be similar to that.
Yes.
Yeah, I have an
Spyglass
extra
is like
1,000 gold.
1,000.
I have 1,000 gold. What coincidence?
Well, is it 1,000 glass in
Well,
5th
if-
edition?
Also, the thing is,
If you ever
it would
need
be that
gold,
expensive because the spyglass goes out to like a mile, and
Yeah,
your gun's
like,
not going to
there's-
shoot that far. So you don't need
Mhm.
something on the level of a spyglass.
I'm
True.
thinking an additional 500 gold will give you a scope, which will just increase your second range increment by 1. So I think muskets are 40 and 120, if I recall. Is that right?
Shoot.
What is it?
Aren't
Yeah,
they much
4120.
longer?
so would that
Alright,
make it 4160?
Exactly, yeah.
Ah, based. Okay, that's pretty good actually.
I thought they were
Oh.
much longer.
Or would it be
Like, no.
8160? Would it be
No,
4160?
longbows are like 6,600.
Oh, just
Yeah,
a
but
second.
longbows are
Jeez.
Yeah,
super
so
good.
the thing about guns is that they're inaccurate, right?
Yeah, I guess we're going with
Yeah, they don't
that.
really have rifling.
I can
Yeah.
take sharpshooter at the next level.
Yeah, so that's the idea. If you if you do 60 more and you take sharpshooter, 40 more, I mean, 160 and you take sharpshooter, then that just increases the effective range of the gun by 40, which is pretty good for just an extra upgrade here.
Sure, I'll pay for that. So I'll give him 3,000 golds.
Thank
Just
you,
300
sir. I'll have your thing made in just a bit. Come back
Okay.
in 10 days.
Cool.
Okay, I'll try to remember that. And it's the 400 for the ring.
You can just find that in Dick's item shop, no problem. No
Hooray.
problem.
I thought Dick's item shop was closed.
No, it's closing.
Soon.
Oh, oh.
So I'm just letting you know here, just so that you have time to pick up any like small magic items that you want, because going from now, you're going to have to source stuff.
Okay. Everyone take your time. Think about what you want to buy.
Yeah, do that after the session, though. Don't do it right now.
Take your time. Take 2 hours.
Don't listen to this.
Shopping episode.
I do love shopping episodes. So are we going back to like the weekly downtime?
I don't know. Do you want to?
I don't
What do you
think
wanna
so.
do?
We can't really afford to not. We have to investigate miasma right now.
The water, yeah, the water one is like, all right, sure, maybe Shade Pool will be worse, but also like the rest of the world might become like crazy bad if we just let that unchecked. Like,
Well, we should
Shouldn't
sleep.
we be
it's a
trying
higher,
to-
it's a higher, it's also not quarantined, so it's a higher priority than like most things on our plate, I think.
Well, that and finding aspects to defeat.
Well, we know exactly like where they're going to meet at a given time. So if we want to speed run, what we could do is we kill the aspects when we speed run, and then we go to Rasmus and the Mafia. They'll work together, and then we go in that big quarantine zone. We kill the giants, and we go kill the creature. That's any percent speed run right there.
That's not any percent. And then any percent, you would like clip through the ground and then walk underneath the floor to avoid all the giants.
It's glitchless speed run. There you go, glitchless.
Okay.
But no, yeah, you make a good point actually about the.
I mean, it's like the longer you have them operating and doing stuff, the worse things get too.
Yeah. I guess at that point, like, do we? I guess what's the higher priority then? Is it the miasma in the ocean, or is it one of them might be doing something really fucked up? Just true. We might want to spy on one of them. Like, we know nothing about Tavar still, right?
Yeah,
Not a damn thing about Tvar, no.
and
But
I
hey-
don't think waiting till the meeting of the aspects to find out is a good idea.
Well, also the ocean thing might only take a day or two. That's the other thing. So we still have the rest of the downtime.
I'll let you know just because it will not take a day or two. You will need to use actual like weeks of downtime to find it. There's no other way. Like you don't know
okay.
where it is.
Like trying to
fine.
find something in space.
The miasma?
Yeah, if you're trying to find the source of the miasma in the ocean, like how big is the ocean here? That's not an
And
easy
it's
project.
three-dimensional.
Well, it's
It's not
not
that
as big as space. And in Star Trek,
mean,
they
it-
usually find ships that they just met like a week ago within like 3 minutes or something.
Looks like there's about an equal amount of land and ocean here, and we already know where all the rifts on the land are. How hard were those to find?
I
I'm
think
getting trolled.
I think we only know a general area, like how deep it is, where, like how far into the ocean it is.
I don't think we even know that.
Yeah, but think about
It's-
this: the ocean only goes down to like the bottom of the ocean, or like above the ocean goes up to infinity.
Wait,
Yeah,
no, it
you're
goes
right.
up until the
There's-
water line.
Yeah, the ocean goes up to the waterline, but then like above ground, like we
Yeah, it just goes up
Aha,
into
but
space.
actually, I think you will find that there's water in the air, water particles. So actually, everything is the ocean.
Yeah.
Shit. Fuck. All right. Well, my vote would be. We could also. It sounds dumb, but since we're just trying to track it down for the time being, we could actually split up for these two
I mean,
tasks.
we don't have to do it ourselves in particular to find the miasma. You can have other people do that.
I mean, we could also just go around to more of the quarantine zones and eliminate more sources.
Like I said, get giant like dragnets with some of the material on it. Give them to those rude people. Say, here, go on boats, drag it behind you, and see where the miasma is.
We might be.
They
able to
can
get
do that
help.
for a few weeks
Yeah.
while
Where-
we do
Have a
important
whole-
stuff.
I don't have a whole lot of material left.
Let's paint the scene. Where is this discussion being had?
Stonewall HQ? Question mark.
Yeah.
Outside of the Resistance Cafe? Question mark.
On our
Yeah,
way
this
back.
is Stonewall HQ. Go ahead and give me a D6 for me happy for a random encounter.
Aw, shit. Here we go again.
Ambushed by 6 giants. Come
Oh,
on!
no,
Yes!
that one.
Ambushed by
Yeah,
6
you got a
giants!
1. That's the best result.
It's Damien.
You
People
get
are
a
really-
knock at you get a knock at the door here, and Damien's like, what? Okay, yeah, come on in, I guess. Sure, fine. Yes, sir. You're. And Xenos enters the room.
Knew it.
They were all
Big
Xenos. 1 through
Are
6
we all
were
there? Or is
Xenos.
it just Happy and Wielder?
No, actually, just one was Xenos. Everything else is nothing. No, the group is discussing everything.
Cool.
Have we seen Xenos' human form? We
Yeah,
have,
you've
right?
seen his human form.
Wait, you're alive?
Yeah, apparently so. I'm as surprised as you are.
We knew he was alive. He was just trapped in his demiplane, right?
How'd you get out?
A friend let me out.
Oh, that's good friends. I thought it was gonna take a wish to do it, but I guess someone found another way to do it.
No.
Oh, you have friends that can cast wish? Those are really good friends.
Only once.
Oh, the guy can only do it once. Oh,
He takes out a scroll and begins to read from it. This is important, so I will not mince his final words. I assume you're all familiar with the Hand of Umbra, yes?
Of
Yes.
course.
yes.
Oh, they're really cool. I really like them. I think that they're a great person. I actually really value their company and all of the things that we've talked about. I feel like I've really learned a lot from them, and they've been a great help in our adventures.
It's a shame he's, you know.
He writes, Dear Xenos, if you are reading this, you probably notice I beefed it. Beefed? Sorry, you are probably not in the mood for jokes. My initial intention was to get Ezekiel's grandkid to try to get you out of there, and believe me, I had every intention of doing so. It only became obvious recently that she is not coming anytime soon, what with the lockdowns and all. This is probably news to you, so by the way, there's a lockdown. Go talk to the Rising for more details. I am going to be doing that after I finish reading this, by the way. Originally, I was only interested in Forlorn over there. Maybe you saw something in them that I don't, I told myself. Well, I was wrong, and you were wrong too, because it isn't that kid that idolizes you. And by the way, asked me to cast myself to wish you out of there, isn't that wild? And it isn't Forlorn, it isn't even the Kovath kid. It's that cursed noble from Hamishoram, Kelsavir Makitha. Remember their name above all else, Xenos. I'm telling you, they're something special. They come to me as many do looking for power, but they went above and beyond in many ways that I can't possibly begin to tell you how impressed I am with how quickly they dove into the waters of corruption. Of course, not that I would send them really bad, just don't get mad at me when you meet me in the afterlife, but it was Sereth, the Thousand Blades of Cinder. They asked Sereth to take over their soul to protect them from the aspect, and here's the strangest thing. Sereth agreed, but did not take over Kelsavir. Right? Right? You have to imagine me saying out loud twice, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Sorry, no jokes. Flip over to other side. Anyway, all this brings me to the reason why I cast myself. Xenos, things are getting bad, and I don't just mean the aspects. I don't just mean the Conclave either. But they're getting especially antsy. They even brought in Celis again. All of your worst nightmares are coming true, but it gets even worse because they're bringing nightmares in. Okay, you thought that was going to happen too, but the joke was too good to pass up. Not apologizing for that one. Xenos, friend, collaborator, I sensed the presence of Dast again. Not just his influence, but his aura. Dast is here, in Slaypool. And another thing, I have reason to believe Sylvania is behind some of the things here. I don't know why, I just do. It bears its stench. You don't need me to tell you how bad this is, and you're probably freaking out. See, now you wish I was still telling jokes. I should also add that a giant hand appeared out of the bottom of the ocean. I don't know what it is, but it isn't magical, nor is it conjured. It just happened. And it's like Shade Pool itself has entered the world in certain areas. Our only hope now is with the Rising. Neither of us have any new tricks to offer, but you know a lot more about what's going on than I do, and more importantly, you aren't being tracked by Dast. I'm passing this one off to you, so that you can pass this off to the Rising. Good luck. Yours dead, Joshua. So that's what he has written to me. By the way, the Hand of Umbra was called Joshua before. You're probably wondering about that. You probably have many other questions as well, so I will answer them now.
Who is
Is he the
Dust?
same? This is out of character. Is he the same fucking Joshua?
Yep.
Maybe
What?
so.
Same Joshua as
The
I'm afraid
finger
his name.
guy.
From like first arc Calamity.
Yep.
What?
the fuck? Okay, whatever. So
What's it?
the-
What?
That was,
Remember, what's
like,
his name?
Okay. Oh, I don't know if
That
I
was
was
like
even there.
3
for-
years ago.
The Hand of Umbra. Hand of Umbra did.
Was that all the way back in the Hand of Umbra was said in campaign 1?
Hand of Umbra's Joshua?
Well,
Yo, it's based. Holy shit.
who's Dast and Sylvania? I don't think we've ever heard of those people.
Yes, I don't think you would have heard of them either. I did not tell you about them intentionally, so I would like to apologize, actually. See, I had my doubts that you were able to get further than any of the other people that have been involved with dealing with the Preacher, and really, the Preacher is just one end of the spectrum of all the bad things that I'm sure you're aware are happening. Apparently, there's a lockdown.
Yeah, the Conclave,
Okay.
the wall around the whole city.
Yeah.
Ah, fucking hell, the Conclave is here too. So I sent you over there because they had nightmares and they had Conclava Sunkus. You are familiar with Conclava Sunkus back in Three Bridges, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that you knew about these two things so that when the time came, you would be ready to deal with what's happening.
Is Conclava Sunkus all those wards?
No, Conclava Sunkus is the organization that believes that the Conclave is trying to worship an entity of the Conclave itself, the Bustan Pantheon, as a group.
Right,
They're a
the
heretical
aspects.
organization.
Oh god, and it's the Conclave's power that does the aspect.
So, like the aspects then, because the aspects are made up of a blend of all the Conclave energy.
Well, this is news to me. Holy shit. He starts pacing back and forth.
I give him a copy of my research. It's like, hey, got lots of copies.
Is he pacing as a cat?
Right now he's human.
So what? We kill the Preacher, then we kill Dast, then we kill Sylvania. I don't see the problem.
Okay. You're probably wondering who Dust and Sylvania are, right?
Right.
Okay. Dust and Sylvania are two people known as the progenitors.
Oh, good. We finally get to know who those guys are.
So
The-
this is the reason why I've been hiding out for so long. The progenitors are people that predate the Conclave, they predate everything. Originally, this place was governed by the Stone Dragon. That was the deity of the land. Right?
Right.
Okay. Then, if you consider that, then there were people that must have come before everything was enslaved by demons. After all, the demons came here to enslave what? Right?
Right.
So I
There-
looked into what this was, and originally there were two high priests of the Stone Dragon. These people were named Dast and Sylvania.
What were they?
Dest and Sylvania were high priests of the Stone Dragon. Before the Stone Dragon disappeared, it laid an egg and told them to watch over it.
But they
But
changed it,
what
didn't they? I mean,
were
the
they?
progenitors are...
What were they? The progenitors predate the pantheon.
Yes,
Were they gods? Something that came before gods?
we don't know, but what we do know is that Dest is involved in the world to this day.
Well, they changed the egg, didn't they? We met people there who said that the progenitors had changed things.
Yes, they're doing something with the egg of the Stone Dragon, which you are all familiar with, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's leaking through into the real world now.
Yes. So, Dest, he is the one that I believe imprisoned me.
I thought Milo did that.
What?
What?
Milo?
did-
How would Milo do that?
Well, I
Who's
asked.
Milo?
Oh no, he said someone else to do it. Right. I talked to Milo, and he said that the Conclave had sent someone to do this to you. Milo was a Templar working as a spy, or rather, a spy working as a Templar.
Damn it. The Conclave probably has found out what the Bustan Pantheon has done in the Stone Dragon.
Well, they put the writ in there, didn't they? And they imprisoned one of the other gods.
Yes, okay, so good, we don't need to go over all that.
Why did they put Alex in there?
I don't know. That's something that the Conclave did. I am not studying the Conclave particularly. I am studying the progenitors. And I know who Dest is.
Is Dast fate? No, that'd
No,
be crazy.
Dest is not fate.
Is Das Saga?
No, Dest
Is
is not
Das
Saga.
Boot?
Everyone.
Is
Stop.
Dast?
I know who Dest is. Do not speculate on the person I'm going to tell you who he is. He is the
Is-
Emperor of Bruiscania.
Oh, that makes it simpler. We just go to war with Bruce Canyon and kill everyone. Well, particularly him.
I tried that several years ago.
Oh yeah.
Was it my recommendation that we declare war with Bruiscania?
Wasn't that supposed to be a defensive war?
I admit, I did a few things. I pulled some strings. I did a few false flag operations. I apologize to anyone who was harmed by this war, but it is important that Dest be stopped.
What about Sylvania? Where's
I don't
Sylvania?
know. Sylvania is missing, and has been missing for the past, well, ever since Alexander, really. She originally was someone who helped Alexander at some point. That's
Oh.
as far as I know.
Is Sylvania fate? No, that'd be crazy.
No.
So, sorry to hear about the Hand of Umbra, but what was that you said about 1,000 swords?
Sereth, the 1,000 swords of Cinder. There, and then suddenly your entire mind gets cloudy. Calcivir, do not listen to him. He speaks lies about me, about us. And then you're clear again. There are, of course, other generals that are worse than Sereth, but
Worse? Like, less powerful?
no, as in Sereth has always been fair to deal with. From
Huh.
what I'm aware. I'm not concerned that you have Sereth. Just, Sereth, if you're in there, you can speak to me. Hello. I have fought you before. You don't need to come hiding to me. Sereth does not come out.
You've been acquainted, and I look down at the yawning maw in my navel.
There's just pure rage, grumbling, frustration, salt, even.
You know, for being a demon, you seem to be rather fair and lawful, even. Is this the reputation that you built for yourself?
I do what I want, and what I want is to protect the people close to me. Is that so wrong? I am a general. I lead an army.
Huh. Well, maybe your values and mine are not so misaligned.
Yes, so Sereth is really not quite as bad as the thing that we're dealing with, so I understand why you would do something like this. Now, the aspects, they are apparently connected to the Conclave. I did not know about this. What do you mean by this? Tell me about this, please.
Oh, I have a packet of research here, but the aspects are basically divine energy composed of energy from each of the gods blended together.
Son of the bitch.
And we have two of them. So I guess we're turning into conclavus, or maybe not. We're doing
If
pretty
that-
good at resisting them.
Is that what Dest is trying to do? Oh, that's why the Conclave is here. Oh my god.
Elaborate?
Like, what is he trying to do?
The Conclave isn't really putting in a whole lot of effort to get these aspects from us.
Of course they wouldn't.
Fate specifically asked me not to become an aspect. She seemed to think it would harm me somehow.
What is your relationship with Fate?
She's my mom.
It's like a
Well-
dating thing. Like you just
No,
call.
stop it,
Oh my
Happy!
gosh.
Everyone,
She confessed to me, then I didn't see her for like 20 years.
everyone, this is extremely bad.
Why?
What are we talking about?
This is the worst possible thing that could happen.
Why?
Well, I thought that Sereth was fine.
No, not about Sereth. If Bast is getting the Conclave involved, if these are really the aspects are parts of the Conclave itself, here we have an egg. An egg hatches. Inside the egg, we have two entities. We have something connected to the Conclave, and we have the Stone Dragon. Tell me,
Alex
who
and
here
Red.
knows what apotheosis is?
Oh, yes, I do. It's how you make awesome badass goddesses.
That is an interesting way to put it.
They are going to create something inside this egg and immediately give it apotheosis.
Yes, I mean, that's what I thought. I mean, how are the aspects connected to it, though? Are the aspects going to become part of it, or are they, like, teaching it what kind of god it's going to be?
I don't know. I just know that as long as that Stone Dragon egg exists, the Stone Dragon is going to be fighting whatever they have put into Shadepool.
The Stone Dragon's going to be fighting it? That's a good thing, right? Is if the Stone Dragon's going to help us.
When a powerful entity fights another powerful entity, you create apotheosis.
Oh, right. But why would they stick Alex in there? Do they want to double apotheosisize Alex?
I don't know. Listen, I've been trapped inside a plane of my own creation, slowly feeling my magic sap away until eventually I would run out of everything and die. I am very grateful that the Hand of Umbra got me out, but there's only so much that I can do.
He said he wouldn't do it unless I killed the preacher, so I guess now I owe him.
You know what? Maybe you do, but the thing is, you don't know Joshua like I do. He was the one who came to me with his proposition. He found a way to use the wish spell. Very simple, just an ancient artifact. And he wanted to become the wish spell.
So he was a living spell?
Yes.
Is he patient zero of the living spells?
You see Xenos nods. Kurakowski was a former colleague of mine. I cut ties when I found out his true nature. He went to Capcree immediately later.
That was one weird dude. Alright, so what do we do? Do we just keep killing aspects and then try to figure it out?
Keep
So we're
killing aspects. That is absolutely the correct thing to do.
Kill or defeat?
We're just moving the energy around. We're not, like, fixing anything.
You are fixing things more than you could possibly imagine. Listen, the people that were selected to be aspects, do you think they were selected for being good, kind, megamonious? They were not. They were selected because they were scumbag fuckers in some way or another.
Right.
They're all terrible people, and because they are terrible people, because they are also violent and capable of terrible acts, because they are so desperate in their own ways, they have been slowly but surely polluting Shadepool. That is why I wanted to work with Ezekiel. He saw firsthand what it was like, how it was degrading, but by the time I got to him, he had sworn everything off. And I can't bring him back into something like that.
So,
You are doing the world a service by not being as grim, as frankly evil as the rest of the aspects.
is there a way we can, like, change the nature of the aspects and make them more generically divine rather than conclavist?
I don't know if that can be done. Maybe it can, but let's not think that we have enough time that we can undo whatever Diast has been doing for decades and decades.
So I'm gonna try it. I'll come visit you. I'm very good at researching now. I have lots of
Okay.
practice. And we can talk about Elise while we do it.
Elise. This is the ultimate test as an Elisist. You want to make sure magic is not used lethally? Everything about Sladepool is magical. Shadepool is the egg of a stone dragon, and someone is using dark rituals to turn it evil.
I mean, we already saved one of the aspects. Well, we got the aspect out of her and, like, made her a person again.
Well, I did not know that was the case, but I'm glad to find that it's reversible.
I think we could take them out of the aspects, and we should do that. We can kill them if we want, but probably later down the line after we get rid of.
We killed one and there's a giant hand.
Well, I don't
still
know how
think those are
related that is.
connected.
I do think
I
it
still
does
don't
escalate.
think killing Finn was the wrong decision.
I think when we kill him is the wrong decision. I don't have any moral objections to killing him. It's killing him when we know these souls go back into Shade Pool. That was the problem.
You seem very gung-ho about killing. I don't know if I think this is good.
Well, I just said I have no objections to killing. But Fim has a specific relation to Wielder, so it's just him that he wanted to kill. It's not like
Xenos. If I can change the subject, we know the Ritz inside the stone egg. I mean, if we blow that up, can Elise come and help us?
You cannot destroy the Wraith. What are you talking about? This is an immensely powerful artifact.
I mean, it's just like on a piece of paper, isn't it? You can't just burn it?
What? Clearly you need to come by the Platinum Grimoire for some magic lessons. You cannot destroy an artifact like that. Artifacts can barely be destroyed to begin with. Some of them are completely indestructible.
I mean, just think of how hard it is to destroy a simple common magic item.
Okay, then we take it and bring it to you, and you eat it as a dragon. That'll probably destroy it. And then Elise can come and blow everything up for us.
I think I know a place where we could take it to destroy it, but we can handle that when we get to it.
Wait, why would we want to destroy the Writ?
Because then Elise can come and help us.
But then that also frees all the
releases everyone
conclave
else
gods.
as well.
Yeah, but then Alex can come and help us.
So
That releases everyone else as well.
is the conclave even in on this, like the actual gods themselves, or because I don't think they would want like an amorphous
Yes.
concept to supplant them.
Is it
I
just
don't
their
know.
worshippers?
It could just be the worshippers. It could, in fact, just be the Conclave as an organization rather than the Pantheon itself. I don't know. This is the first that I've heard of it. All I know is that there are some bad things happening. Apparently Dast is involved. And for some reason, Joshua thinks that Sylvania's back as well. And if that's the case, this is, in fact, much worse than I ever imagined. But things are better than I imagined because I have you as allies.
Hell yeah, high five. I high five him.
He high fives you back.
Hell yeah. I don't have to coerce him.
You have to understand, not everyone is immune to Shade Miasma. I am not immune to Shade Miasma. I can't even go in there. And what am I even going to do? I really regressed in my powers since I've been trapped in there. I am nothing. I just have information.
You're our friends. That's not nothing.
Joshua has a limited amount of magic inside of him. Every time he cast a spell, that was one less bit of himself that he had. He had almost zero ability to continue fighting. Anytime you saw him in a battle, he was bluffing.
Oh, so that first time when he saved us from the Mafia, that's why he didn't attack. He just stood
He
there.
just used his reputation.
We put silence on him and he just stood there smugly.
As for myself, I feel like I can only transform a few times per day now.
You'll get that back over time, right?
No, it's gone.
Oh.
A part of me was used to keep this plane active that I was inside. I was pushing everything that I had to keep it open just for a little bit longer, so that it wouldn't collapse on me.
I'm sorry I didn't manage to convince Joshua to free you sooner then.
Don't apologize. Don't listen. Joshua doesn't want to throw himself away. He has his own goals. I understand that. I am a man past his prime. I have no reason to be around here, and yet here I am. So I'm going to do what I can.
Thank you. I guess is going around and like stopping individual quarantine areas even helping, or do we need to like rush and focus on these aspects before it gets even worse?
I would focus on the aspects. However, you must understand that you are not just fighting. You are also, in a way, fighting mentally. You are changing the hearts of people. You are trying to show them that there is hope. That there is reason to continue believing. That they shouldn't give up. By doing this, you can stop whatever they were doing with the preacher. I believe his killings were designed to inspire that type of fear. That there is an unstoppable person that will destroy anyone that he desires, and no one can do a thing about it. That resignation towards him is what they were trying to accomplish. What Diest was trying to accomplish.
I guess one last thing, how do we make sure you don't just get planed again?
Well, there's not a lot that I can do to prevent that, can I? I will just hide out here as best as I can. I'm sure Saga will protect me.
A bit
I'll
of
turn his
dye in
car.
the beard, maybe some extensions to your hair. Have you thought about going two-toned for the hair?
I can literally change my body into whatever I want at a whim. I'll be fine. I was caught unaware. I did not expect the Emperor of Bruiskania to show up at my doorstep.
I guess it's fair.
I suppose there might be a lot of things you haven't expected recently.
Yes, things are getting drastic. There are many people doing many things, and I suspect very soon this will all come to a climax. But until then, we must all do what we can to make sure that the people of this city are safe.
I am glad that we've earned your respect to be included in your inner circles, Xenosus.
He nods. I don't know if I can trust anyone in the Platinum Grimoire anymore. I will be leaving.
I mean,
Not-
You're welcome to stay in Zalgrove. There's tourists, but tourists are no risk.
Allow me to make my case here. I was in my home relaxing when the Emperor of Bruiskania showed up and trapped me in a plane. There's no way this could have happened unless there was someone on the inside there.
right. No one knows where my place is. If you want to hide there, we can bake cookies together.
Yes,
I
but if you
think
tell me,
here's the
then
safest.
I will know.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you will
can
know,
tell
I
you,
guess.
and then... Wait, I don't think that's how that works.
Only like 3 people know where my place is.
That
Okay.
you're aware of? I don't think security through obscurity is really the way to go.
I believe that it is best to look after the aspects. However, doing what you can to alleviate the suffering of the people is also important as well. Do what you think is correct. It is better that you do what you think is the right thing and make some difference than to worry about what is the best thing and do nothing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have a
also-
suggestion.
Oh, okay, you're on.
So we can get 2 birds with 1 stone. We take out Jock Rub. We basically hang out to dry and make a example of him. They show, hey, he's one of the aspects. He was working with the Conclave, so we dumpster the Conclave's reputation. Show that we're fighting against the Preacher successfully. He's the 3rd one we'll have taken down. And we'll remove a major threat. Actually, it's like 3 birds and 1 stone.
This is good if you do not like birds.
I was trying to think of a joke. You got there first.
Yes,
Alright.
I have 20 intelligence. I'm quite smart.
I guess we have a lot to
Just
learn
you
from you.
wait until I'm level 8. Then I'll be the funny one.
Wouldn't that be more of a charisma thing anyways?
It's both.
Very well. I will be here if you need me.
Alright. Well, we've got a lot to do then.
Oh, the last thing is, if you want to spy on the preacher, there's a meeting coming up, and I'll give him like the date and the details.
He shakes his head. I have never been stealthy, and I don't have access to magic anymore. It would be a poor idea.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
You have to understand, I am essentially powerless right now.
You're still
Okay.
cool. That's all that matters.
Yes, I can guide you, I can provide advice, but I cannot fight very well. I
Okay.
can transform into a dragon and try to fight that way. That's all I have.
So a might better than a pointy stick. And they gesture at their own equipment.
Nice. Yes, I mean, it is fine. It is just a matter of... I don't have a lot going for me. Right now. I feel weak. And my information, my knowledge is important to protect. Especially when Dest specifically is looking for me. I will be fine here. I can trust Saga will keep me safe.
Indeed, I had thought to myself that you would draw some attention. People know you. Very long-lived people.
Alright. Is there anything else you would like to say to Xenos?
I want to offer them hot chocolate.
Wait, how
Alright.
are we gonna find you if we want to talk it? I mean, you're still the High Priest of Elise, right?
I think he's
He,
gonna stay here. Right?
Yeah, he's just staying at the stone wall right now.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be protected by Saga instead. So
Hey.
feels good.
if he's the high priest of Elitism, they don't really have a whole lot going for them, do they?
I
Hey,
mean,
he used
he
to be
was like-
really big.
He used
He
to
rejected the apotheosis, didn't he? Like he could have been a god. What are you talking about?
be, and now he can't do anything.
True.
He's still cool, and that's all that matters.
He is kind of a boomer.
Does he know anything about the aspects at all?
He doesn't know about like the specifics of the aspects. He knows like the big picture, like what's going on.
Okay, so I guess we're going after Jakob next. Someone said.
Jokrub, yeah,
Well, that's my
sure.
suggestion.
My thing, I like the idea of like going after Jokrub and making an example of him. That's smart. My only thing with Jokrub is he seems like the most incompetent out of all three. So if we're trying to get rid of someone who does the most damage first, you know what I mean? Like,
But are we going to be
Well-
capable of doing that?
I think he does a lot of damage with his ability to modify minds.
Yeah, like
Well,
he's
like-
probably behind all the conversions of the Templars and shit.
I think he's
Yeah,
a big
well-
target.
okay, but like, he didn't really do much without Fim, is what I'm trying to say. Fim
Mhm.
helped him a lot. Fim gave him troops so that he could help try and take Arendelle. Fim wrote all of his things that got like all the letters and whatever helped him with his politics that got him
So he's-
into the conclave.
So
Well,
he's in it-
Fim guided him, but now he's a loose cannon. You know what he's going to do.
Damien steps in and gives everyone coffee cake.
Nice. My thing
Damien,
is-
you should probably work on your like door etiquette of greeting people.
Well, yeah, I probably should, but the thing is, this is Xenos, so
I'm not sure you're
you know the
implying it.
person that you said was trapped in a demiplane. Sorry, I was a bit surprised, like a
It's
little bit. I was really surprised.
Just keep being cool, Damien. We love
It's
you.
okay,
Okay.
dude. I'm gonna give him 20 gold. Here's a tip.
What the? Okay.
He's like 2 months' pay.
Yeah, okay, so he's in a position to do bad, but it's also like I don't trust him to be able to come up with a new plan. So whatever he's doing is just what he was doing the whole time.
Oh,
I
now
think.
he'll probably
Well,
be
I
listening to
think
the
he's
conclave.
taking orders from the conclave.
Yeah, like obviously doing something to him would weaken the conclave too, I guess. But also it's like
Sorry, I'm
Tavere-
sorry.
We know the most about
The
him.
point I was trying to make was that like he's not just useless right now. He still is acting because he doesn't do just what he thinks of. He still gets orders from people. That's just the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, no, I agree, and that
Okay.
might be a reason to stop him because he's essentially helping the conclave, right? He's a good boon for them.
And that power is really messed up. The robbing someone of their free will is abhorrent.
It is.
Just aligns with all of our goals.
I believe we should go in there and deal a fatal blow to the conclave.
Who said that?
Do we hear that?
You all hear that?
Is that
I mean,
That is.
what do you mean by that,
Seraph?
Mr.
Thousand
Seraph?
Blades of Cinder?
Yes, it is a pleasure to make myself known.
I'm not sure why we would take the advice of such as you.
What do you mean by fatal blow?
Well, they're fair, remember? They just want to protect those they're
Plenty
associated
of
with. They're
bad
the general
people are
of this
fair.
whole operation, the general of the Rising.
Well, well, let's hear him out. What does he mean by a fatal blow exactly?
The conclave has a number of rare entities that they have procured and hidden away inside an island. If these are destroyed, it will severely weaken their ability, as they have procured a lot of, how you say, important artifacts. We could destroy them.
Are these jars by any chance?
Yes, they are jars. Has Calcivir told you about this plan?
Are they full of souls?
Yeah, there's like jars full of ghosts that if we release them will power you up immensely. Will you destroy the whole world if we destroy those pots, or will you just like help us?
Why would I destroy the world?
Insight. Can I roll insight?
Go ahead.
I don't
I'm
think.
so
I
rolling.
actually don't think he wants to destroy the world, but I'm also just curious.
16.
I'm gonna give Flash of Genius to
Wait, how
Venari.
do you insight a voice coming from a belly
Wow!
button?
So the way he said it, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
You have to know if he's trustworthy. We're
Give
already
Venari
suspicious of him.
Give Venari a 28.
Entirely honest with you here, but there's a sinister tone that you pick up immediately. Sereth is not in this for like any good of anyone. This is purely a malicious act, but he's also not like trying to destroy the world or anything. There's some malice here, but you don't know what it's directed towards.
I
could ask
assume
about
he
it,
doesn't like the
but-
conclave. Surprise.
What do you
just
choose?
gonna-
What do you? What's your goal? What's your end goal? Stomach person.
The same as you and all of your friends. I will destroy the conclave. I was
After the
given-
after the conclave's gone, though.
I shall return to my master and be rewarded. I
Ah,
was
okay,
given
sure.
a job to destroy the Sky Pope of the Conclave. However, the crafty witch proved herself too powerful for me. Combined with that accursed cat that you have chosen to ally yourself with, I was
What cat?
shackled away. My ghost taken from me, reduced to this pitiful state. But my beloved Calcivir has freed me so that I may achieve my vengeance and complete my task. Then I will be allowed to return to my palace. If you think you have seen luxury, you have not seen the palace of Sereth.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say maybe we shouldn't do this.
Well,
Uh,
it could
well,
work
maybe-
Hey,
in
it
their
seems like a
favor.
sweet palace.
Our goals.
Calcivir, tell us
cool.
about why you allied with this entity. What?
Calcivir,
Yes.
as you're like standing there, suddenly your mind is filled with these images of this extremely beautiful palace where you see like these demon butlers are like attending to people's every whims. Everything is like bright marble. You have like red plush carpets. People are fed off gold plates, the finest of foods. Everyone who's invited to Sereth is like given like this incredible luxury here. You see Sereth himself as like the body that you saw chained up has this massive chair and table, and just kind of sits over this huge banquet hall where all of these demons are like dining on these foods, but the demons are just eating with their claws like monsters, just like tearing it up, eating with their like crunching the bones, just like completely no etiquette whatsoever.
Well,
Yeah.
it seems that Seraph is more aligned with gluttony than something like vengeance or wrath. And I relate some of the visions that I had of Sereth's place, not as if I just had them right then, but just like, yeah, they've told me about how there's this awesome place that you can go, and clearly this is something that's very important to them, right?
They are under
They're trying to seek stuff for themselves, not against the world.
I mean, they are
you
a
trusted them
subordinate
enough.
of the.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They are a subordinate of the Archdemon Cindy, who is pretty bad news.
Well, let's humor the idea that, yeah, okay, we do this. We hamper their ability to do stuff. We don't know particularly what. Will that disrupt their hold on the quarantines? Because that would be bad.
It would allow me to command my armies of the ghosts once again
Against who?
against the accursed Templars and their paladins.
Well, do we have?
Not
Do we have?
against.
Do we have
I'm sorry. Can I? But not against Slaypool. Just against the Conclave.
I have no quarrel with your mortal city.
What would you do afterwards, after all this is over and you're done helping us in exchange for giving you your armies back?
My armies return to me, my enemies vanquished, my body freed once again. I shall return to my home plane, where I will be waited on by the finest of cooks, forced to serve me for all eternity. I will live a life of luxury greater than you could ever understand, mortal.
Until Cinder calls on you again. And will
I
you answer her
suppose.
call?
I am her general.
And what is the nature of your control over the ghosts? Do you demand every particular act of them? Can you see through all of their eyes at once? How will we know if you're protecting Slaypool at the same time as you're destroying its enemy, the Conclave?
You have my word, Kelsevier.
Could you help us with your ghosts and help us clean out quarantine zones?
I suppose I could, yes. If that is required to get your willing compliance.
Oh, like that book, Return of the King.
Well, another step. There's a huge quarantine zone where it leads directly to the preacher. There are a lot of giants and other things protecting him along the way. Will you help us in a final battle there as well?
Yes, I will help you siege this place so that you may get in.
Also,
But I
you
cannot
know,
do so without the control of my armies. You understand this?
Of course. I'm just outlining potential avenues for us to make a deal, right?
Can you choose the appearance of your army of ghosts?
I cannot. They only have the appearance they had in death.
Is that particularly scary to the average person?
Absolutely. They run from my army. The hanged, they bleed out internally forever. They fight until they die, then they return to me to fight again. But they cannot be defeated.
It just sounds like we'd be making the next problem the size of the preacher. Because eventually one day you'd come back with Cindy and be helping her.
Well,
Also,
That's
world's
already going to be bad enough.
widespread panic and terror.
So that's a real concern, but I think no matter who we align with going forward, that's going to happen. So the end result is, for example, if we get rid of the Conclave and Capcree, the Mafia is going to be very powerful. For
Yeah,
example.
but they're not an extraplanar army of demons.
Well, this guy
They're a mafia.
Sure, and the extraplanar army of demons is interested in being extraplanar and eating weird cherries and stuff like that. They're not going to be here every day oppressing the people.
That's Seraph. Cindy commands Seraph, and Cindy is presumably... We don't know anything about her. She's probably very different.
You mortals have this same single plane view of the world. Do you think we care about this place? Do you truly think that we are bothered by what these trees are? Have you not seen my palace? It is greater than anything you could imagine. My cause is to fight the devils.
Okay.
I was brought here on a trifle to slay the leader of the Conclave as a revenge for a thing that they have done to us.
What do they do to you?
It is not my job to know what my master's whims are. It is my job to lead an army of the ghosts. It is my job to slay the Sky Pope.
All right, we help you slay the Sky Pope. You help us get rid of the preacher and clean out the lab.
Yes.
All I
You
know-
go back to your demon plane or wherever, and you do other things, right?
Galsavir, shake hands with this woman.
Elise fought against creatures like this.
Well, I think what were those creatures like? Were those creatures willing to not? Were those creatures killing bad things like the Sky Pope, and then willing to not come back here?
Pog, I don't know how much I know about 5 a.m. I assume not a lot. I guess it's up to Klaus how much I know.
Yeah, you would definitely know that Archfiend Cindy was like an enemy of Elise's.
Yeah. I mean, he's directly under Cindy, and Cindy killed Elise like a lot of times.
He's also very clearly a tyrant.
Wait, Cindy killed Elise?
Well, she got better, but
I'm not an expert on this, but isn't whatever kind of being this person within Calcivir is, aren't they able to make contracts or agreements and are beholden to them?
Do you accuse me of being a devil?
I don't know what you are.
I am
Forgive me.
Sereth, the Thousand Blades of Cinder. I am he who protects your ally.
Forgive me for my ignorance then. I know what that's like.
I think we should work with him.
I say yeah. I mean, I don't. If he's just gonna go back to where he's from, we could take his help.
I mean, that's easy to say now, but
I mean,
This
Calcivir,
is not a bottle
why
you
did
can
you
just
trust him in the
put the
first
cork on.
place?
Why did I trust them?
In the
Well-
first place.
Because, well, Hilder, you're an interesting person to be asking this, because you alone understand in some small degree for some shorter period of time what it is to be the holder of an aspect, to be so affected by how it changes you. And at the time, I was reaching out to those I had known longest and to those who had known me most well, and they like gesture far off toward Zagreb, and then toward the like slightly south of that toward the penthouse. And it seemed to me that there was no one with the proper power to confront this challenge that was wrought by the stone dragon. And so the only entities that I could find that I could think of that would have any reason to talk to me, the only one to offer me a power to rival Fiorir was the Hand of Umbra. And now that they are dead, I suppose we should not have any poor wishes about them, but it was at their suggestion, it was at their even request that I consort with Seraph.
All right.
Oh.
Speak ill of the dead's wishes.
I just wanted to know, what made you agree to it in the first place, because that's going to weigh into this. Now, if you trusted them then, we can trust them.
I trust
now.
the Hand of Umbra. And Seraph
think I
comes
do
with the
too.
blessing of the Hand of Umbra. So I think that if we seek power from Seraph, then I find it an appropriate transaction.
He also comes kind of with Xenos' blessing. Xenos said they're not a problem, remember?
Indeed.
Okay. That settles it. I've got no issue working with this.
I mean, this is a really bad idea, but you're my friend, Cal, so I guess.
does seem like the extreme solution.
Well, what sort of solution would you prefer? A dainty one?
I mean, we can figure this out after we kill everyone in the conclave, or get
This
rid of
is
the
the
conclave.
creature. This is the end of the world.
You realize every death that happens from this is going to also go to Slaypool and also power up
Well, we don't plan on killing too many people, do we?
What do you think his armies of the dead are going to do? Knock them over the
Kill-
head, gently. He
Well,
wants
I
to
think
Every
kill the
moment that we go
conclave.
without solving
Is
this-
there a way that you can grab the souls instead, Senrith, instead of Shadepool getting them? When you kill people?
Senrith?
Senrith. What's their name again? Sorry.
Sarith.
Sarith, sorry. Is there a way for you to grab their souls before they go to Shadepool?
That sounds iffy.
Better than going to Shadepool. Preferably even. Yeah, because we're not powering up Shadepool anymore.
You are talking about the entity within Cal, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
why would those souls even go to Shadepool if we're
Because
fighting the
everything
Enclave?
is...
Because the
pretty much anything that's killed in Slatepool right now is in some way
Even
related.
if
That's
we
only stuff
found-
that's killed for the glory of the preacher, isn't it?
we found out that's very tenuous, though. Like, even if it's like a slight connection to the preacher, and they die.
We're literally doing this to...
Wouldn't the enemies the Ghost Army be fighting come from Shadepool? So it wouldn't be adding more
We're
to
talking
it.
about the Templars, though. He wants to wipe out the Templars.
Templar, that's
Yeah,
right.
once he kills all the Templars in Conclave.
Also, Milo's a Templar.
So, is there a way, Sarith, for you to grab their souls instead of going to Shadepool?
Well, if on that topic, we just learned that the Templars are conscripted via mind control, which is Jackrub. We could eliminate the need to kill any more Templars by breaking that control and just having them leave on their own.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's Jackrub doing that. I mean, Jackrub can make you follow commands, but I don't think he'd like wipe your mind like that.
I mean, that stuff didn't really start happening until Jackrub was in their midst.
I think it is Jackrub.
They came here with lots of Templar. I mean,
Well, yeah, to start with.
It could be Jackrub. We don't really know, to be honest. There's a good bet it
But the
is.
forceful conversions.
I mean, I talked to Milo. They've been doing this for a long time, from what he said.
But anyways, Sarah's gonna... The yes or no?
Sarith, is that possible for you?
I am Big Bear.
Yo, the next animal we go across.
One moment, everyone.
No worries.
He's looking it up.
The next animal.
Immense technical difficulties.
No worries.
Okay.
The next
Is,
animal we come across
DMG just spontaneously combusted.
in a quarantine zone, the next animal we come across, it's going to be a bear instead of a gorilla, and they're going to be called Plague Bear.
Okay, my deals.
The Plague Bringer, the Plague Bear. We got to unite all the plague.
Like dire bear, but like spelled DIE-R.
I'm sure Steel Hinterland is gonna fucking love having another gigantic animal in the forest.
Well, it's likely going to happen. I mean, for all we know, the next animal could just be a big piece of shit that attacks us on sight.
They don't have to all be animals. It's
I
right.
hope so. I like finding stuff.
Technical difficulties. Do.
Like, we might run across like a giant like anaconda, and we try to talk to it. It tries to backstab us or some shit because it's a snake.
Oh, just because it's a snake, he would be a snake?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm being racist to snakes right now. No, that'd be a base, dude. If the next one's a bear and the bear's like, I'm Plague Bear. I want to see that. Hopefully that happens. I don't know if bear's even on the table, to be honest. I don't know if that'll be their name. If there is a bear, I'm gonna call it Plague Bear.
Just think of how much fun that fight would have been, fighting a 40-foot tall gorilla.
I mean, there's no shortage of fights. We could just go to another quarantine zone. We did
It's
fight the
true.
giants.
I think
We also
going
fought the house.
I think it would have fought like a gorilla and it wouldn't have actually been that exciting.
I think we would have just
Um,
like bursted him down. I think is what would.
Yeah, I don't have very many effects that work on big, tall dudes.
I do. I can sneak attack them.
Based.
I have Trip Attack, which I've never been able to use because the times when it's been relevant, the enemy has been too big, and every other time there's been something else I needed to do.
Feels
Trip
bad.
attack. I've never heard of trip attack.
I think
It's,
Pod died of COVID.
That's
so that's all
Ooh,
it's
GM went
come
away
on
from the
as
roll
always.
20. Trip Attack is a Battle Master thing.
Nice.
He's probably got the bug where Roll20 as a DM just starts being super duper slow.
Oh.
Like it
that's
it has some kind of leak, but it only happens in DM view.
Rip.
Or it could be other issues because he's not talking.
It might be just be like an internet thing or something.
His computer is locking up and dying.
We could take like a 5-minute break. What do you think?
Sure. If anyone needs to grab a drink or pee or anything.
Alright,
that's
let's do that. I
time.
need to go to the bathroom anyway.
I'm gonna get some water.
I'm in break. Let's go.
Hooray!
Spooky session. A lot of decisions, this session.
We're finally figuring shit out,
Yeah.
which is great.
Oh,
When did that Whitcaller organization first get
come
set?
up?
Yeah.
It's a good question. Let me see. Did I write anything about it?
Session?
I don't
Or have
know.
you heard
We've heard it before. I just don't remember like the context.
I didn't pick up because Ozyrus never picked up his last name. But I only ever knew his last name because I saw it like on his character sheet on D&D Beyond when I like look at like characters.
I think it was said maybe once in C1. I don't even remember.
And Julius, the Julius Whitcaller. Julius is the guy
So-
that Ozyrus recruited.
It's a good question. Yeah, I don't know when we heard of them. And actually, maybe you're right. If we heard of them, maybe we haven't. Maybe this is like the last couple sessions, the first time we've heard of it through this foundation. I guess we shall find out. Big jewels, big money jewels, what I like to call them.
So I brought up like Oromir like just because like I wanted to point out like the Conclave isn't the one thing of the boards, and then you're like, let's get Oromir into this.
But I thought he was the only person who could do it. That would have been sick if he was the only person that could do it. We have
I'm
to like
not
track
so
him.
sure I want him to make an appearance right now.
We would just talk to him, and then I guess he'd show up and make like the little sigils for us or whatever.
If,
But I get,
if he does show up, I want Pog to do an Irish accent for him, because that's kind of what I imagine he would have. I just don't
Irish.
do
Interesting. Is that because he was kind of like a pirate, or?
No, I feel like that's a good accent for like where he would have lived and stuff.
Nice.
And yeah, I think it fits his personality.
I see Bog has
Irish
died.
people are cheeky.
Rest in peace, Pog.
Pog's he has to turn his floodlights on so the vampires don't get to him.
He had a heart attack, and then he said, "Oh, it's a technical difficulty."
Pog, believe it or not, Pog lives out in Alaska where it's like 30 days a night, and there's like vampires that like attack the town sometimes. So his floodlights went out, so we're praying for him. We're hoping he has time to turn his.
Oh,
floodlights
like
back.
that book, I Am Legend.
Yeah, just like I Am Legend, but instead it's like in Alaska. There's a 30 days of nighttime. It's really scary stuff, guys. So everyone, just a quick prayer if you're religious to Pog and when he's fighting these vampires. Otherwise, just a moment of solidarity for him.
My dear Lord Satan, please protect.
Oh,
my
whoa,
brother.
whoa!
Hey, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Who did
I
you
think-
think I worshipped?
I think the vampires are with Satan, man. It's not gonna help. Oh no.
What a vampire would be related to Satan?
Oh. I don't know. Vampire lore is weird in like movies and video games. There's like very little things that are like constant among multiple
Yeah, that's
books
true.
and movies and stuff.
I love the vampires in the Dresden Files because there's 3 types, all based on like different forms of vampires. There's the Black Court, which is like Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's the Red Court, which is kind of more like the sexy but like bloodsuck, like kind of like Vampires the Masquerade kind of vampire. And then there's the White Court, which are all super sexy and they feed off of psychic energy.
cool. The Black Court would be like where Nosferatu-looking motherfuckers would
I
be.
meant to say Nosferatu. Like, yeah, Black Court's Nosferatu, Red Court's Dracula, White Court is sexy supermodel vampires.
There's a really good movie. I don't know if you've seen it. I think Werner Herzog. Was that just called Nosferatu? Yeah, it was. That movie's fucking lit.
Like the OG Nosferatu?
It's from 79. It might have been a remake. It's from 79. I think it's a remake. But Werner Herzog did it. It's pretty good. It's very good.
I like my favorite thing about Werner Herzog is his voice. The animals, the cave paintings are thousands of years old. You can only wonder what kind of man would have painted this.
True. Pretty based.
Well, it has come to this.
how about you? How about you, Matt? What's your favorite pirate literature or movie or game or
Pirate related?
vampire?
Oh, vampire. I don't think I've ever really liked vampire stuff in general.
You had that one Twilight phase, though. Remember in high school, you were like really obsessed.
No, it's never been a thing.
For the viewer's sake, he's trying to hide it. But
Yeah,
he was
totally.
He's
Yeah.
just shy.
No, I've never liked vampires or dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are cool as hell. I don't
Oh.
believe you.
I'm just getting back into dinosaurs because PBS has a suite of YouTube videos, PBS Digital Studios, which are just so incredible. And one of them is PBS Eons. It's all about archaeology, geology, and stuff like that. And it's great because it's not just stupid pop sci stuff. You know, it's hosted by, people with doctorates in the field, and
Like paleontologists and stuff.
yeah, and then they talk about like the actual science behind it, and like their space related one, which is I also really like, is the guy's got a PhD in astrophysics. They talk about like the math behind general relativity and quantum mechanics, and they try to explain the equation and stuff. And I'm like, man, if this was around when I was a kid, I would have just ate it up, because all I had was the occasional documentary that would be on either the History Channel or the Discovery Channel, and then later on, once we got like better cable, like the Science Channel.
Nice. There's that classic space show that everyone always talks about, like Carl Sagan.
Cosmos.
Cosmos. Yeah. I gotta watch that one day. I've heard really good things.
No, it's good. The reboot one they did like 7 years ago with Neil deGrasse Tyson's pretty good.
Nice.
If you want to make an apple pie, you must first invent the universe.
An apple pie from scratch.
From scratch.
Based.
I'm really hungry, so could I have one of those pies, please?
Yeah, but we have to make the universe from scratch, which kind of sucks. It's gonna take like a few billion years. Just hold up.
Thanks. Let me know.
It's crazy that the Earth is like a third of the age of the universe. Isn't that wild?
That is, yeah.
I'm hearing like music or something.
It's from Roll.
Yeah.
Wow, he left it playing.
I think it loops if he doesn't stop it or something.
It's creepy because he died.
Yeah, dude.
It's
So
called tension.
I'm really worried, man. Like the 30 days of night in Alaska, like his floodlights are out. Vampires might get to him, man.
That's literally have you seen I Am Legend or read the book?
I've seen it. I want to read the book.
The
I heard the book's really
monsters, a lot of people are like, when I talk to people about the movie, are like, oh yeah, the zombies are really scary. I'm like,
good. They're actually vampires, right?
They're vampires. Yeah.
They are. Yeah, they can't go out
It's not
during
the
days.
zombie apocalypse, it's the vampire apocalypse.
In the movie, it was so cool. Like, to me as a kid, because I didn't watch a lot of like good movies. Like when they did that scene where like you're trying to think like, is Will Smith just losing his mind, or are the vampires actually fucking with him? With like the mannequin and shit. That was so
Yeah.
cool. That blew my mind as a kid. I was like, whoa, they did that. Whoa, I don't know. It's so open-ended. Whoa.
Have you seen both endings? Like the original movie had its own ending different from the book.
Yeah,
But then like they shot the ending which is the same as the ending of the book.
is the ending of the book the grenade one or the driving away one?
In the ending of the book, he gives it to them, and then he kills himself because, like, he realized the book goes into it more. Like,
The whole point is he
book-
is like a bad guy, kind of, because he's like terrorizing.
Yeah, he's the bad guy because the vampires are now the inhabitants of the earth. Like in the book, they take him to like court. And hold him trial for the crimes he's done.
Oh, that's fucking sick. Okay, I gotta read
Yeah.
the book. So, yeah.
Do you think that we should finish our conversation about Sereth without Sereth being there to butt in?
Yes. So, Sarah, you agree that you'll help us 100% of the way, and like you won't do any messed up things? Okay.
Yes, I will never hurt anyone for any
So
reason.
what's his relation to Yishkornu Silver? He's a general alongside
They're both generals of
Yishkornu
Cinder.
Silver.
Yeah.
So, Rhodey, you wouldn't know this, and I don't know if anyone else would remember. Oromir is cursed because he's the leader of the Gardeners, and the leader of the Gardeners is cursed until Yishkornu Silver is defeated.
Well, okay.
That was the mantle Oromir took upon becoming the leader of the Gardeners. That's why the previous leader was in the wheelchair, because that's what happens over time.
There's actually a really shitty horror movie where like they're in Alaska and vampires come and there's like 30 days of nighttime. So the vampires get like killed.
Oh, that's actually, you're taking it from a movie?
Yeah, I just realized I just stole that from I need like subconsciously.
That's actually pretty cool. Like, if you've got an enemy that can only come out in the night, it would be so kick-ass to set it in a place where there's night for like a month.
It is really cool.
That's a
that
cool
movie
idea.
movie had a cool ass concept. I don't know how good it is. I saw this is another movie I saw when I was a kid. But
Do you know what it was called?
30 Days of Night.
30 Days of Night? Okay.
I think so. Let me see. Yeah, 30 Days of Night. 2007 apparently. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably not that good, but might be like a fun movie if you have time, I guess.
Wait, hold on.
I'm holding.
Produced by Sam Raimi.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Sam Raimi, huh? Wonder what. Huh. Of Evil Dead and Spider-Man fame, the GOAT, Sam Raimi. You know he's doing the new Doctor Strange, right?
Sam Raimi is?
Yeah, he's doing the new Doctor Strange.
The one that's coming out now, or like next?
Yeah, the one that's coming out, multiverse, the one Mouth of Madness. It's not Mouth of Madness. It's like Multiverse of Madness, or not Mountains of Madness. It's like an H.P. Lovecraft title. It's not exact. Doctor
Did
Strange.
you ever watch Lovecraft Country?
No, that's
I watched it like hoping it would be like adapting one story, but no, the whole point of it is that like it's every single Lovecraft story all at the same time.
And it's supposed to have yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
it's supposed to have like some sort of bent about it too, like how like I think there's like I think it's kind of he's trying to do like another Get Out style thing. I think it's like supposed to be like some themes about racism, isn't there?
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Multiverse of the Madness is what it's called. Yeah, Sam Raimi is direct, coming out next year, I think, March 2022.
Nice. Well, depending on if the Hollywood unions strike. You heard about that?
No, I haven't. Are they planning to strike just because like everything's coming out digitally? Is that what it is?
No. It's like 80,000 like crew workers, so like lighting and gaffers and riggers and stuff. It's a whole bunch of different unions are planning to strike over inadequate pay and hours.
Bad work conditions, probably too.
Yeah.
That's based. Sick. I hope they get what they want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shooting also occurred in Surrey. Is that BC or England? Rip. Interesting. I hope this one's good. Like I haven't seen like the last 6 Marvel movies, but the new Doctor Strange interests me.
I love the Marvel movies. I think what they've done with them are incredible. Because I really liked when they started really adding humor to it.
It's impressive how they're able to manage that big of a budget and keep them like as decent or as good as they are, I should say.
Yeah,
they're not amazing, but they managed to keep
it wouldn't
a level
have all
of
come together if they weren't all good.
Like, could you imagine like being a director for one of those movies, like Iron Man 70 or some shit? Like, could you imagine? So you have to like get up at like 3 a.m. in the morning. You have like 100 people together. You have like 15 minutes to do one shot. Like the makeup people already set up all the actors. Like, it's probably such a huge logistics like nightmare to shoot a Marvel movie.
I've been watching this YouTube channel, Corridor, and it's a visual effects studio. It's an amateur visual effects studio, and they do reaction videos every week to visual effects, and they bring in like they have their own insights into it, and they talk about the behind the scenes and production, but they also bring in like people from big budget Hollywood stuff, and they talk about like not only like current visual effects stuff, but also like the history of it. Just what goes into it is crazy, and that's just the technology right now to render this stuff. Like like what they're doing now to replace green screen is there's a panoramic.
I think I saw that
behind it, and it uses Unreal Engine or Unity to render in real time, and it shifts perspective. So unless like you're looking at exactly where the camera lens is, it looks weird, but it just works up, and it's great. They say it's great because it gives proper lighting to everything in the scene.
Wild.
So, and like that was all over The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's what I heard about that from. Yeah, sounds awesome.
Where is Paul?
Yeah, I really hope he gets those floodlights up in time, man.
Like, he had time to say technical difficulties, so I don't think his internet's out.
Could be like a computer thing then. Maybe his computer's like locking up a bit. Who knows?
Anyone want to play Final Fantasy?
Sorry, I don't have it.
I'm gonna play some Bloons Tower Defense 5.
Oh shit, nice. That's the newest one on Steam, or?
No, it's on Congregate.
The new one on Steam for some reason blew up out of nowhere recently. Like a lot of people, which is cool. I'm glad, but it's just interesting. Why now? Current year, 2021.
Tower defense games are fun, man.
For sure. But yeah, man, like Pog's like fighting probably God knows how many vampires right now. Everyone in the chat, pool your energy together for Pog Spirit Bomb.
Let's see, I have raid in an hour. So I'm gonna have a hard stop in half an hour, but I wanna order food.
Yeah, I don't think we'll go past 2:30. Worst case scenario, we might just end because my Pog might not come back, but hopefully he comes back. Vampires at the end of the day, man. I hope he takes care of them. Any rich viewers, if you can, I'm gonna read out some latitude and longitude coordinates. If you can airdrop some supplies for Pog so he can deal with the vampires. Any rich viewers, I'm talking millionaires, perhaps billionaires. I need billionaire viewers.
So are we really doing this thing, by the way? Are we freeing all these demons?
Who knows? We'll find out
next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I think we should definitely free the demons. The demons seem cool.
Yeah, if the guy's able to make sure the souls don't go to shade pooling, even more reason to do it.
Even worse, because now you're like feeding souls to a demon.
Yeah, that's my concern as well.
Hey man, shade pools are enemy at the end of the day, man. It is what it is.
I mean, we're not killing them for the preacher, so they'll just go to the regular afterlife.
Jess, do you know what the living light is, or when you like get possessed by it, is it Pog?
I'm not possessed by anything.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
I don't think Jazz is gonna tell you all the secrets.
I'm not possessed by anything, big brother. A big fella. Everything I told you is everything that I know.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Like, I control the blades. That's why I can speak as them.
I do still think we should blow up the rat.
Pog, if there's like something if there's something that only they know, Pog will whisper it to me. Happy doesn't know it unless the blades say it.
I don't
That's why
think
the
the
blades have a
Conclave
voice.
gods themselves have anything to do with this. I think it's just their crazy followers.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think
they did put Alex in there.
we know from the Warforged, unless the Warforged are tricked or if they're
Well,
lying.
I mean, like this current stuff.
Oh no! Like, do you mean like all the what the shit the preacher's doing?
Like yeah, like or the Sky Pope is doing like the force.
Oh, yeah, for
worship
sure.
Stuff.
I don't think the Sky Pope is a good person. I think they're just fucking around. They're using their power.
The progenitors set up the aspects, didn't they? Das and Sylvania.
Like, for the most part,
I
the
don't know
Conclave
what
seemed
they
like good.
were.
To me, for the most part, the Conclave seemed like good gods. So, like, if she was actually aligned with the Conclave, like Conclavist gods, I mean to say. I don't think Fate is. I don't think.
You have to
Fate's-
promise not to kill my mom with the demons.
Well, that's what the demon wants to do. Like, that's his goal, bro. I'm
I
serious.
thought you didn't care about your mom. I mean, like, not
That's
that you
a bit-
actively wish them harm, but that it mattered. The city might matter more to you. Maybe there's different character motivations than that, but
Well, just
If
because
you-
I oppose her doesn't mean I want her to die.
If you're
Just-
really against the demon
Okay.
doing that, then you could say it in character. Happy would probably rescind her vote.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
this is also kind of an interesting spot to end the session because it gives us a chance to think about our character motivations with the extra information that's revealed. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin Cal's thing by voting against it, but also like it seems like a kind of bad idea.
Well, I mean, like,
If he's fine with doing this stuff for us and then just fucking back off to his own plane, I'm all for it.
Well, that's
He's
the
like-
thing. He's dumb is the thing. He's
followed
like, oh, I'll just
Dharma.
figure out my own plane. He's not mentioning the part where like Cindy will recruit him to do the random things all the time. He's not
Yeah,
gonna
like-
just live in like luxury forever. He's...
your floodlights went out and the vampires are after you, and you live in a place where it's
Spear.
30 days a night.
Did you spill a beer on your keyboard? Because that's happened to me once, and that caused.
No, I haven't spilled anything on it. Like, literally, it just stopped functioning in the middle of, like, the conversation there.
Rip.
And it was repeatedly pressing Control-Alt-Delete, which made using the computer very difficult.
Wow.
Yo, that's base.
That is such an
So-
odd thing to like combination of keys.
When I
That's a-
have computer problems, they're the worst computer problems. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
like-
It just every time.
The freaking keyboard came to life with the soul of like a troll and decided
It
to just...
also
Sure.
like my keyboard had like lights on it. So it was flashing the lights in like an incredibly quick strobe pattern. Like it was really bad.
It sounds like something. Are you on a new keyboard now?
Yeah, I switched keyboards. They're ready to go.
I think something shorted out. That sounds like
It definitely
something
shorted out.
shorted.
I just don't know how something shorted in the middle of regular usage when I didn't spill anything.
it's.
I just
I
pressed
spilled a
one
beer
button.
on a keyboard once, and it
There's
just
probably...
made it unusable.
You might
Hey,
still have
so-
manufacturer's warranty. Oh, sorry, yes.
No, it is under manufacturer's warranty. I'm gonna get it replaced. I just have to find a computer or controller to fix it. But My real question is here, what was going on?
Oh yeah, we were asking if Sareth could, if when Sareth's ghost kills somebody, if Sareth can take the souls instead of them going to shade pool.
I don't think that's a good idea.
At my full power, I could, yes, but you must understand my power has been split up by many, many shards in order to guarantee it. First, I must have my army back. get answers.
Cal, this is just like the wards around the quarantine areas. Like, the Conclave as an organization is terrible, but they do good things. And we're talking about undoing the wards around a problem just as big as these quarantine areas with no backup plan. We don't have anyone who knows how to like undo this later.
Well,
Which is why I think we should pocket this for now. I think
yeah.
I think we should come back to this discussion later.
Everything that you do changes the world. You're a being of great power, Isaac.
I'm
Don't
just a
doubt
dude
yourself.
with a gun.
You have the gun that's pointed at history.
Yeah, the
You
gun that
live
will
in
pierce the
moment
heavens.
that will change the future.
Gun pointed at the head of the world.
We don't necessarily know that we need to destroy the Conclave to accomplish our goals to begin with.
we don't need. Yeah,
That's
I don't
Fallout,
think
isn't
we
it?
do. I don't think we need to actually. We can even align with them.
Oh
Like,
no, it's Halo.
to be honest, because we just need to kill the preacher and his lieutenants.
All I am saying is right now, my power is devoted to protecting only Calcivir. But you can grant me greater power, and I will fight alongside you. Our goals are one and the same.
Yeah, but we're kind of afraid of you because you got that like creepy voice going on, and also you eat people, and your army's made up of ghosts. Cursed
Yes.
ghosts that have been imprisoned for centuries.
Yes.
Like, there's a lot of bad vibes.
My legions at your disposal.
All but yours, but
Well, how much are you gonna pay us if we do this?
I don't think it's paid.
Payment would be in his actions.
Yes, but among that I will give you more. Pledge your allegiance before me, mortals, and you shall dine in my palace for all eternity.
denied.
At whose table, though? Yours or the servants?
I'm definitely gonna pray over this.
It's my table.
You own it, but who uses it?
You
still
would.
own the servants' table.
You would if you signed on to me. That's what I'm saying.
Can I if we do pledge allegiance, do I have to serve at your table? Can I like just die? Or eat at
Why?
your table?
Why would you want to just die?
Because there's a lease.
I don't
in
know.
your
They
life.
probably
You-
just return to the Feywild or something.
Yeah, in the Feywild we do things differently. You either die and you're gone forever, or you reincarnate. It's not like you guys do it weird here in the material plane.
You don't want to be reborn as a cool demon that lives forever and fights alongside me and has every luxury given to you.
I want to go chill with Elise in the plane of magic.
I could die a cool catfolk and never come back, or I could die and come back as a cool squirrel or something in the Feywild.
As far
To be
as I
honest
know,
with you,
I already
Seraph, I am
forever.
fighting on behalf of a power greater than myself. I don't have any interest in dining in your vast, gluttonous halls. I want to save those I know.
She could teach me power word stun in the afterlife. Wouldn't that be cool?
Okay, fine. Well, let's get rid of this. I just thought I would offer, because people have done all kinds of rituals to summon me and beg for a spot at my dining table, and here I am, just offering it to you, and you say no.
Well, I mean, the only
Yeah,
reason I'm
that's-
talking to you is because you could help us not strengthen shape. There's a deal that's on the table.
Yes.
Like,
And there is a table greater than any deal awaiting you in the afterlife.
no, thank you, please.
Alright, we'll talk about this later.
Okay,
Okay.
man, it's cool. Thanks for your help. I appreciate not having Fiora whispering to me forever.
I side with you, although I officially will not pledge allegiance, as I will see what the group decides. But
All I say is this, now to be serious. Should we work together, we can strike at the Conclave like a viper and spread our poison throughout their wretched forms. They will
And
collapse.
And you'll do everything in your power to help us get rid of Shade Pool? Or purify Shade Pool, rather?
If these are the terms of my freedom, so be it.
And should you kill anyone, you will take their souls if they are to go to Shade Pool?
I do
instead.
not have this power anymore.
How long will it... So just getting you the ghosts won't give you that power, correct?
No.
Well, I suspect you're going to kill Templars and things, right?
If it is required, yes.
If we both agree to the deal that you'll do everything in your power to stop Shadepool or purify Shadepool, then logically, if you agree to this deal, you cannot kill any of the Templars.
Roll a persuasion check here.
Don't know why Happy keeps doing these things.
I don't think we can
DC
take
30
this.
persuasion.
You're
There's
being a leader.
Yeah, but I don't think she's like
go
like
ahead. Depending on the
interlock.
result.
Can I
It's not meant to
be
be an
considered to
interlock
be aiding them or something?
Yeah,
Because
if
I
you
was talking
aid-
about pledging, and I'm most familiar with Sarah and stuff.
Go ahead and roll to aid. You have advantage now, Happy,
Okay.
because you've
This-
been aided.
We literally
This is pretty
know
good.
that the amount of hope and despair directly affects Shadepool and the amount of materials in it. If we do this with Army of Dead, there's not going to be much hope in the city. I'm sorry.
Beautiful. All right, let's see this.
Hey, okay,
Flash of genius. Flash of genius.
22 base.
Don't
Hey.
know how that would work in
22.
universe, but that's the rules.
Okay,
Flash
that's
of
fine. With this, you are able to sort of empower Happy, and Happy, you get unusually sort of clarity of mind. You calm yourself. You present this argument. Very well. It seems our goals are not aligned. I have nothing to offer you.
Fuck!
Exactly.
Oh, no. I want you. Dang it.
You have successfully persuaded him that you are not an ally of his.
It's just we don't want. We cannot power Shadepool any further, and killing
This-
Templars.
This is like genuinely potentially good for you, though. Because,
Yeah.
like Sereth, will give you power, but
he's gonna just murder a bunch of people. Probably.
listen,
He's
there's a
demon.
thing called deal with the devil. How about deal with the demon?
There's so many
Yeah.
side effects of
Is it-
that.
Yeah.
So the result of this roll is Sereth is no longer going to try to convince Cal to do evil stuff, basically.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, it's
That seems
fine.
pretty good, I guess.
However, you also will not be able to empower Sereth to help you.
Well, we could
At
at any
all?
time do it.
Even if we agree to his deal,
Well, if you agree to the deal, yeah, but you're not going to agree to the deal, so
we could think about it. I guess maybe things will be dire and we have to. Who knows? But hopefully
knows?
not.
Sereth grows quiet.
Clown.
Focus only on protecting Calcifer.
Base
All right,
Sarah.
Cal.
Tempting offer, but the boys are.
GM
It's the
came up
hidden
with a
gotchas.
whole plot line for you guys, and you guys are just like, I'm scared of side
Well,
quests.
I just don't know. I'm not scared. I just don't want Shadepool to be stronger. That's all in character.
We
kill
already
people,
have a
Also,
hard
you
enough
want to
time
eat
doing
my
Such
that.
a small
mom.
contribution. Also, I want to
eat
eat
my
your mom.
mom.
I think there were a lot of complications to it. Too many side effects.
Mm-hmm.
I think that everybody's perspective is really weird because we wanted to fight and kill the Conclave, and also the amount of people dying to go to Shadepool doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me. But hey,
I'd be for it, but
We're trying to
I was
inspire
trying to
hope.
table the discussions. We can talk about it later, but it's fine.
Well, there's a difference between trying to stop the Conclave and also letting a demon loose that'll use its ghost to kill like any and all
Yeah.
Templars. You know what I mean?
it's
That's a
Doesn't
lot of
really
Templars.
inspire hope in a city, I don't think, to have legions of the dead killing
but-
the conclave,
I'm
who
just-
most of them actually believe in.
I'm convinced he'll kill enough people that it actually will make, and enough strong people. I don't know if that makes a
I
difference.
think
That it will make.
He wants to
the
like
best
French
option-
revolution it rather than like I don't know any other revolutions.
Russian
I
Revolution?
think our best option for taking care of the Templars is going for Jakob right now.
Haitian Revolution?
If we get Jacob's power, we can undestroy the Templars' minds.
Maybe.
Yeah, and simply defeating him might be enough to do it in the first place. You know.
Well, maybe I don't know if Jacob's the one who did this or not. I don't think he is.
I mean,
Or we
it
can
might be.
maybe
It
use
might be true though. It's worth investigating. Like, there's reason to suspect that. I guess he is a mind fucker kind of guy. So
Okay.
I still think you
Elsewhere.
guys are wrong.
oh.
Elsewhere in the beautiful district of Stocks, the Silver Shield, as a collective unit, bows before the man that they see before him. Clad in giant purple armor, this hulking behemoth stands with this cape perpetually flowing outwards. You can see behind him 18 knights at each side, and in front of him, the king of the Silver Shield bends the knee to their new emperor. Everyone, I'd like to thank Forgotten Adventures for use of these tile sets, and you know what?
Can I thank Ethersea for just being a good podcast?
Yeah, let's give a shout out. Shout out to Ethersea, I guess.
Can we do
That's
two-
the shout
Also,
out.
Revolutions.
Can we do two
by-
shout-outs today? What brand is that keyboard that messed
Yeah,
up?
can I do a good shout out to that keyboard?
Shout out to that keyboard.
That keyboard's brand in
I
particular.
shan't be doing that. But anyways, thank you all for coming along. This one is called Return of the King
Based.
in more than one way.
Right. Wait,
We'll see you next Saturday.
did Xenos actually get the king out of that crystal? I forgot to ask him that.
We'll find out next Saturday.
Well, here's the thing about that. I'll tell you right now. That thing was gone.
Oh, like
It
did
was
someone
gone.
stole the crystal?
Someone stole the crystal, and the only one there was the body of Joshua, aka the Hand of Umbra, having cast himself to free Xenos. Xenos did not know what happened to the king.
I could have sworn we killed Joshua or like put him in jail or something. The creepy hand / finger guy.
He was put in jail. Remember,
3 years ago. I don't remember much about him.
so there is one thing that Joshua said to people that I think helps put everything into perspective. Joshua said that he knew the protags, and seeing them up close and how great they were made him realize that as long as there's people in power, that they will be able to fight off whatever's important. And he doesn't care good or bad, just as long as they're powerful enough, because self-interest will protect the world.
I wonder if there's a way to make Seraph more powerful without giving them the ghosts. Like, they have to reform themselves into a new role as General of the Rising.
I actually have to go. Sorry. Later.
Yep.
He's got a
See you
Final Fantasy raid.
Are you enjoying your new keyboard?
No, it sucks. This is a bad keyboard.
Was your old one mechanical and this one's just like rubber caps?
Yep, this is just rubber caps. I have a replacement that will be coming soon, but